look at you. Just look at you. You are beautiful. You're amazing. You're empowered. And we are going to show you the way today. Thank you so much for choosing to wake up with us. A very good morning, Mzansi. Welcome to your Thursday on Expresso. It's going to be an amazing day. And I have a feeling quite emotional. We pause to honor a true South African icon, a powerhouse of talent, a trailblazer, undoubtedly, and the queen of Afropop herself, Brenda Fassie. If you've grown up in the South Africa that I've grown up, you will understand the gravitas that comes with that gorgeous smile, that energy, and what and who she represented. Absolutely love this. Her life was bold, it was fiery, it was unforgettable, and I think it set the bar for young talent in this country when I don't think there were any opportunities open, the darkest moments. So we cannot wait to delve into that, to delve into the power, get into some of those anthems. Vulindlela, I'm not going to butcher the song now, but I have no doubt we'll sing it at some point. But it's going to be amazing. And it's all in light of a brand new 4-part documentary series that's just been premiered on SABC1 that takes us into that narrative, into a beautiful story. We get to meet the phenomenal Brenda Nkoli a little bit later, who brings Mabr's legacy to life. If you think we're emotionally invested, just wait. We will plug you in. Now, if you're wondering why I'm so excited, I've been out of town for a couple of days. I've been missing my girls. A very good morning, Zanele. What's happening your side?
Oh my Graham, I was literally about to say, hearing your voice is just like sunshine on my face after the longest of times. And I'm so glad that you're back. We missed you, friend, and it's so good to have you with us again. But Mzansi, always good to have you with us. 6 to 9 a.m., this is where we cook up something delicious to make sure that you go into your day with a smile on that beautiful face. And what exactly is coming up on our side? Well, my friend, this is the thing, right? Is that I feel like Graham just set out such a beautiful way in which we're going to be honoring the beautiful Brenda Fassie. But music lovers, this is for you. Today's show is all about you because the countdown is officially on. Next week, Saturday, November the 29th, Huddle Park transforms into the home of the biggest musical celebration of the year. I am talking about Oskido's Big Day Out 2025, baby. 3 decades of hits, culture, and pure South African flavor, all on one stage, and I hope you're ready for it. And guess what? Who's going to be in studio with us this morning? It is the legend himself, Oskido, alongside rising Amapiano star Mr. Maker, and trust me, you do not want to miss out on it. There's so many beautiful things coming your way, and we're so glad we get to start the day with you. But right now, it's time for the news headlines with the gorgeous Carissa. Hello, beautiful.
Oh, hello, beautiful Zanele. Thank you for that wonderful greeting. And hi to Graham. Welcome back. And to you, Mzansi, let's get this hour kick-started with your national news headlines, where Justice Minister Mamoloko Kabai has urged law enforcement to ensure the G20 Leaders Summit proceeds safely, following a readiness parade at FNB Stadium. Now, she highlighted the successful hosting of more than 120 G20 meetings during South Africa's presidency, noting the secure record achieved so far. Now, Transport Minister Barbara Creecy says the country's points of entry are prepared to welcome world leaders, while agencies caution Gauteng residents to plan travel carefully as major road closures as well as delays are expected throughout the summit weekend. In other news, in South Africa, flights at Cape Town International Airport are facing delays due to a jet fuel shortage caused by a SARS audit restricting fuel distribution at Bergen Cape terminals, the airport's main supplier. Now, industry representatives say the shortage began on Saturday and should ease by Friday, but current stocks of 15 million litres remain detained. Now, contingency suppliers from other airports, including OR Tambo, are being used but are not considered sustainable. Airlines have been urged to plan operations cautiously as fuel constraints continue to affect schedules and turnaround times. Internationally speaking, Madagascar's interim president has presented a 300-kilogram gemstone discovered inside the presidential palace, describing it as an emerald embedded in its natural matrix. Now, the government says the stone displayed at Antananarivo requires expert analysis to determine quality and potential value, stressing that proceeds from any future sale would go to the state treasury. Now, with no prior record of similar finds in the country, officials consider the boulder a national asset, though details of its origin remain unclear. Now, the gemstone's rarity has drawn strong interest from collectors. In other news, Ukrainian officials say a Russian missile and drone attack, or drone strike rather, has killed at least 25 people, including children, after 2 residential blocks were hit in the city of Ternopil. Now, more than 70 others were injured, while surrounding regions, including Lviv and Ivano-Frankivsk, also reported damage. Additional drone attacks in Kharkiv wounded over 30 people and set buildings ablaze. Now, Ukraine's Air Force says it intercepted most incoming missiles and drones, but warned that stretched air defense resources require uninterrupted support from Western partners as Russian attacks escalate. Now let's close off with a celebration. It is all about the global leaders gathering in South Africa for the G20. Now the country enjoyed another moment that was just as sweet in the spotlight last week as the world-renowned Southern African Large Telescope, or SALT for short, quietly turned 20 in Sutherland. Now, the milestone was marked with a warm-spirited ceremony attended by scientists, visitors, as well as community members, celebrating 2 decades of cosmic discoveries as well as local inspiration. Our guests reflected on how this giant Karoo-based telescope has helped unravel distant galaxies, trained young astronomers, and boosted regional pride. As South Africa hosts big conversations on the world stage, SALT's birthday offered a feel-good reminder that the nation's brilliance reaches far beyond politics, all the way to the stars. And that's where we wrap up your 6 o'clock news. But speaking about stars, let's touch base with your sports stars with Graham.
Oh, thank you so much, my friend. Thankfully, sanity prevailing. Let's start with rugby. And for the Springboks, a massive, massive boost. Franco Mostert's red card has now been rescinded and reduced to a yellow. That was clearing him for Saturday's showdown with Ireland, most importantly. So a disciplinary review found that the initial contact was indeed to the shoulder, as I think everyone could see in the game, and not the head, meaning the Boks played almost 60 minutes with 14 men unnecessarily. I think we're going to see a rule shift there. So the decision now offers a very timely boost ahead of the very high-stake test in Dublin on Saturday. Could be Russie's first win in Dublin. Now we get on to cricket, and Devon Conway and Rashin Ravindra blasting rapid half-centuries to steer New Zealand to a 5-wicket win over the West Indies in a rain-reduced ODI in Napier, sealing the series now 2-0. So chasing 248 in just 34 overs. Massive. The Black Caps wobbled late, but Tom Latham and Mitchell Satner finished the job with 3 balls to spare. Now we get into tennis, and this is quite a moment for quite a player. Roger Federer will be inducted into the International Tennis Hall of Fame in August 2026, giving us some time to prepare, and this was announced yesterday. The 20-time Grand Slam champion and definitely fan favorite, who retired in 2022, held the world #1 ranking for a record 237 consecutive weeks. Goat indeed. So Federer said the honour is deeply humbling and looks forward to celebrating in Newport next year. Now let's get back into some cricketing drama, and there was drama aplenty yesterday as the Lions were knocked out of the CSA T20 Challenge after losing a very dramatic super over to the Northwest Dragons. And that was despite Evan Jones's record 54 not out, rescuing their chase at the Wanderers. So in Gqeberha, the Warriors, they crushed Boland by 98 runs, posting 209 for 5 before Apiwe Mnyanda with his 4 for 23, and then Christopher King with 3 wickets. They dismissed the visitors for just 111. If you missed any of those deets, we'll go through another update at around 7 o'clock this morning. Start of a brand new day. The weather becomes a little bit more important before you get dressed. Let's get the latest.
Well, thank you so much, G-Man. Let's touch base with your weather with the South African Weather Service, who has issued a yellow level 1 warning for severe thunderstorms over the high veld of Mpumalanga, with localized strong winds, damage to infrastructure and settlements, as well as possible flooding in vulnerable areas. Meanwhile, extremely high fire danger is expected in northwestern Western Cape and the extreme western Northern Cape. Now, residents in Kamiesberg municipality and the West Coast District should prepare for extremely hot and uncomfortable conditions today and tomorrow, as the combination of heat and dry winds increases fire risk and challenges for daily activities. Please remember to stay hydrated and have that SPF within arm's reach. And that brings us into our sunrise view of this hour. Yaku Mateis out in Kakamas in the Northern Cape. Thank you so much for this breathtaking morning view. I just wish I could take a dip in that water right now and swim towards that beautiful sunrise just making its way over the horizon there. I mean, it's never looked that beautiful out in Kakamas, and thank you so much for getting in touch. I will tell you though that after the beautiful description, I'm going to deliver some weary news. 39 degrees is what you can expect on your side of town, Yaku, so please make sure that you keep yourself hydrated in an air-conditioned space if you want to, or even with a fan in your hand. And share your morning views with us, Mzansi, on 0630369649. It's how you get in touch with us directly in studio as we jump into your temperatures for this Thursday.
All right. Okay, I thought I was going to gloss over uppies, but I'm sorry, 38 degrees. I'm not even going to crack a silly joke. Just please hydrate, look after yourself today. First of all, that face, girl. I've missed you a lot, hey?
Oh my
I missed you a lot. So thank you so much for holding down the fort.
Gone. It's such a pleasure.
All around the world.
Don't do it again.
Oh, no, we will do it again because it's amazing, but we're doing it together. So thank you so much. I'm feeling the togetherness. I know we're building up to G20. Joburg is just going crazy at the moment. But we're also leaning into culture and history in the best way today.
Oh my
Explain
goodness.
ourselves.
Okay, so there is a legend. Her name is Brenda Fassie, as Graham said, my brr if you're nasty. We absolutely love her and all the contribution that she has made to culture, to just being a black girl magic all round, and to the music scene. Vulindlela, come on, what a hit song. But my favorite, Weekend Special.
Yeah.
I even named my radio show before after that.
Well, I think that announced to the whole world what was going on and kind of gave them an angle on South Africa that people hadn't seen.
Right.
But it also started a new generation of representation and belief.
Yes.
And I talk about Boom Shaka Lebo and Tembi. They would not have come into being if someone hadn't paved the way in the darkest of times.
Absolutely. I'm literally getting goosebumps thinking about her
I'm
legacy.
thinking of what doors were open. So we want to know from you,
please,
what is your Mabrr connection? What is that one song that you absolutely love? And there are quite a few to dip into.
Noma Kanjani, I mean, the list just continues. Late for Mama. Please get in touch with us. Let us know what your all-time favorite Brenda Fassie song is. Even better, if you send a voice note singing for us. I would love to hear your vocals this time of the morning, just really paying homage to one of the greatest to ever have done it.
And because none of us can really sing, please, there is no expectation that you need to actually be able to sing, but we want to hear you try. Please, keep those voice notes coming. Plug into our social media this morning. Some great content brewing there as well if you want to stay connected for the full 3 hours, but we'll reconnect with you in just a sec. See you now.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Of course, it's a feel-good morning because we're with you, Mzansi, and you know we always love to get you started off, leaving you a little bit more informed. And this morning, as we count down to the G20 Leaders Summit here in South Africa, global development and trade are again at the forefront and at the center, shaping everything from investment flows to how countries recover and grow. The G20 brings together the world's major economies, representing more than 80% of global GDP, which means decisions are being made there, right? And those decisions influence opportunities, risks for countries like ours, and so much more. So for ordinary South Africans, what does it mean really? And understanding the G20 means understanding how global rules affect jobs, prices, and growth at home. So joining us today is economist at Stellenbosch Business School, Dr. Nthabiseng Moleko. She's going to help us break things down and really understand what's going to be happening at the G20. Everyone, let's give her a feel-good welcome, please. Doctor, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you, and very good morning to you. Thanks for having me.
Of course, thank you for being here. And Nthabiseng, I'm so excited for us to jump into this because I feel like sometimes we get thrown all these big terms when it comes to something like the G20. So we get a little bit scared.
Yeah,
But you're here to guide us in the darkness and be our shining light.
I'll
all
try.
right?
I'll
Thank
try.
you.
I'll try.
So Nthabiseng, then I want to start at something I mentioned now, which was global development. What does that actually mean for a country like South Africa, especially with us being the hosts of the G20?
Absolutely. So South Africa is a middle-income economy. We are defined as part of the emerging market economies.
Yeah.
Amongst the host of G20 countries, I think we are hitting really above our weight in terms of GDP size and size of economy.
Yeah.
If you look at unemployment, if you look at inequality, if you look at poverty, but if also you compare us comparably for G20, what G20 is, let me start there.
Yes.
G20 is group of 20. So there are 20 nations that primarily develop economic policy for the globe.
Yeah.
It's a gathering, an international forum of countries, finance ministers, presidents, different experts within the ecosystem of the economy who gather together to engage on international finance, to engage on development, to engage on sustainable development goals. Where are we?
Yeah.
To engage on climate issues, sustainability issues, and more importantly, debt, which is a topical issue for the African continent in particular, and some emerging market economies. So what we do, we gather as nations to put forward a path in terms of what will take us towards our sustainable development goals as nations. What agreements do we need to ensure that there is a more equitable playing field? We are hoping that because it's in Africa and because South Africa, as the chair of the G20 in this period, will be driving the African development story, the agenda for South Africa, and not just South Africa, we're representing the entire continent.
Amen. And on the note of Africa, then let's talk a little bit about what we mean when we talk about making trade a little bit more fair. You know, especially when we talk about small businesses and even producers, not just in South Africa, but on the African continent. What does that mean exactly?
So fair trade is a huge issue. Firstly, Africa is part and parcel of a global value chain of goods and products that are being constantly consumed by you and I, by your watchers today, by the economy at large of all these nations. Fair trade speaks to, as a producer, am I able to get my product fairly into all markets? So that's Oceania, that's Europe, that's into the Americas, whether it's South or North America.
Yes.
That's speaking to every bit of the continent and every bit of the globe.
Yes.
Am I able to price fairly? And am I able, in all fairness, to ensure that the products that I'm selling are enabling development of my producers?
Yeah.
And so the goods and services that we are sending to all these other countries, a lot of the time face what we call certification challenges.
Okay.
These are almost tariffs, or what we call non-tariff barriers. So if it's a non-tariff barrier, they use certification. Let me give you an example. If you're a citrus farmer or apple farmer, any produce that you make in Africa, it could be any of the primary goods, and you want to sell it to another country, whether it's in the Arabian or in the Middle East or in Europe, there are requirements for health, there are standards for certification.
Yes.
These cost a lot of money in dollars, usually. And so they're an input cost and a barrier to trade, and they affect the price of goods and services. So if I'm unable to afford that certification, it limits my ability to sell my products to that market. And it also puts up the price of that good in that market in comparison to other goods and services. So when we talk about fair trade, we want fair pricing. We want non-competitive and also non-tariff barriers to be reduced, and countries like those in Europe and in the Americas not to use these non-tariff barriers to impede the flow of goods and services from Africa.
Amazing.
You also want to enable producers in Africa to develop goods and services on their own. So we've got to be able to add value to our cocoa, allow us to make chocolates and compete with brands and goods and services, not just the cocoa bean, but let's make products from the cocoa bean, which is chocolate. We know a lot of these famous brands of chocolate. How many African brands of chocolate do you know that are processed and actually sold as a finished good?
It's because they're scared of us. They see how we do in rugby and stuff. Do you know what I mean? So then they're like, yo, they're going to come and compete in chocolate.
And that's
as
what
well.
we need. So in the economy, I like that you use the Springboks as a test case. Imagine in the economy, we have coffee products that are as comparable to the big brands that you and I are drinking. What are you drinking right now? Think about it in your home. Which coffee brands are people drinking in the morning? Are they African brands? They're not, I can guarantee you. If you think about your jewelry, watches, gold. Gold is an African product that's largely exported out. Are we making brands like, I won't mention the brands, but you understand, who is making the value-added finished goods? So a lot of the time we are exporting raw material, and it's been on the talk of many, and putting what is required as Africans and as emerging markets into many of these value chain processes.
And you see, this is what can compete better globally. Because like you say, it really is a problem that we're not allowed to make our own products because of all of those different barriers, right? But then I also want to ask you, because especially when we talk about one-way decisions, right, at the G20, what are those decisions that we can look out for that could possibly and directly even really affect things like our growth, even the investment in South Africa and so much more, that we can possibly be like, okay, this is what we're hoping will happen when it comes to those decisions?
So I think that what we should look out for, these decisions, I want to emphasize that they're non-binding. What does that mean? You cannot force nations to implement. It's at will. It's also a consensual decision-making, i.e. The nations are joining together and gathering to agree jointly that this is what they will do if they would like to. Some nations may disagree. Other nations we know are boycotting the G20. It's now being called the G17. However, if the majority, if we're talking about 80 to 85% of global GDP being here, in this discussion, it does matter what is agreed on infrastructure.
100%.
It matters what is agreed on financing mechanisms. It matters what is agreed on the way forward on sustainability in terms of how will we finance the greening of our economies and who must bear the burden. Africa, as far as I'm concerned, should not be bearing the burden when developed nations have emitted toxins into the air, and we are the ones who must bear the burden. So these are the discussions that we should be on the lookout for, is how is infrastructure going to be on the forefront, and the financing of that infrastructure going to enable the development of our economies and ensure some of the other things that we will, I'm sure, talk about a little bit later.
Yes, 100%. I was going to say, Doctor, I want to stop you there because I want you to expand on this, but we need to quickly jump over to Cape Town. And Mzansi, you got to make sure you do not go anywhere, because this was only part one of us understanding what is literally only 2 days away. The G20 happening in Johannesburg, South Africa. It is the first African country that is hosting it. And we get to hopefully lead these conversations in a way that is going to benefit South Africa and Africa at large. But how can we do that, and how can we know that it's happening? We're going to find out soon from Dr. Ntavi Singh. For now, we're going to jump on over to Cape TZ for Shizi, my family. What's going on?
Well, I have a very important question to ask you, and this ain't no joke. If you're suffering from acute or chronic constipation, I think I've got your attention. Aspen's got you. For long-term constipation relief, Aspen offers Movicol, Pegicol, and Laxin. And then for relief from occasional constipation, you can turn to Lenolax, Lenonglycerin, and Laxador suppositories. And lean into that if you can. For gradual constipation relief, there is Brooklax and Laxador tablets. You can choose from, the laxative that you need from South Africa's absolute value-leading laxatives company, and then you can help your family get the relief that they need.
You can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, Mzansi. You're hanging out right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, indeed. And we are having very important conversations. I'm talking about the fact that the G20 is happening in Africa for the first time, literally in 2 days. And of course, it's in South Africa as the leaders of Africa. And we're back with economist at Stellenbosch Business School, Dr. Ntabiseng Moleko, as we unpack what global development and trade talks at the G20 could mean for Africa as well as us as South Africans. Now, Doctor, you expanded on a lot of different things, which I absolutely love. But I want us to get into, what exactly could it mean for us in terms of change for South Africa and even Africa as a whole when we talk about getting development financing right. If we get that as a tick and it's checked off our list, how will things change for us in a positive way?
That's my favorite topic. So from a development finance perspective, we have to talk cheaper finance, we have to talk access to finance, and we have to talk more transparent ways to accessing this finance. I think a big one, if we can talk about an African credit rating agency, a lot of the financial architecture or the financial ecosystem globally is controlled by very few players. And one of the things that's a key impediment is the cost of borrowing for many African nations. And the dollar-denominated debt that we have to use to finance our development, whether it's debt or our budget finance and our budget deficits as economies. So what we need to do, I think, if we want this global network of the financial architecture to be favorable to Africa, is we must demand favorable terms for borrowing. We must demand that the rating agencies in particular develop our own alternatives. It's not to forego the existing financial architecture, but what you want to do is develop an institution that can actually speak and enable emerging markets to be rated fairly and justly so. And so our ratings, we know that, are very harsh against many African nations.
100%.
And the cost of borrowing and risk premiums are placed primarily on your rating, like an individual. What is your credit rating as a country? If you are a junk status, the cost thereof is very high. And so these are some of the impediments into global financial architecture. I think the last thing I would add is that how do we drive an industrialized Africa? How do we drive a more productive Africa? And we need to finance the development of those value chains. It's one thing to talk about value chain development, but if you don't talk about the infrastructure impediments, the roads, the ports, the logistics, the transports, the energy, we've got to have cheaper energy, and we've got to have subsidization of that energy. And that talks to the development of, I'd say, energy policy and institutions that can be favorable towards Africans. And most nations have state entities running and managing these entities at a profit. I must emphasize, at a profit with good governance. And so it's not an anomaly to have a state-run, state-managed, well-managed and executed energy producer so that you can actually have a productive economy.
So it is possible. That's what you're telling us. We just need to
Absolutely.
get it right to South Africa. Yes, but now let's talk then about, something that I know is what really needed in this country because of also just the inequality, especially when it comes to the economy, but in so many different instances as well. We always want to have an inclusive economy where everyone can partake.
Yeah.
So now, what are the things that we can hopefully look for in terms of the G20 outcomes that will allow for the growth of our economy to a point where it is inclusive for everyone?
So South Africa is a dualistic economy, you will know this. So the rich versus the poor, the urban versus the rural,
Yes.
township, peri-urban versus the more concentrated and advanced economic nodes of KwaZulu-Natal, I'd say Cape Town or Western Cape, and also Gauteng. All the other 6, Mpumalanga, Northwest, Eastern Cape, Limpopo, those are really lackluster in terms of economic activity.
Yeah.
What we're interested in is a diversification of the spatial patterns of development. You have got to see a spread of economic activity into these regions, and that has to be done deliberately so.
Yeah.
At the G20 level, when we talk the financing, the infrastructure development, sustainability, and trade, we're also talking about it at a local level. So how I, as a South African, can be affected is if the G20 deliverables are translated into our policy imperatives and prioritization.
Yes.
So when cheap finance is allotted to South Africa at a more favorable rate, what we want to see? We want to see that money in our budget spent on infrastructure investment, spent on not consumption to pay salaries and so forth, but rather to diversify our economy, our production, but also invest into the future of our infrastructure.
I was literally going to say investment. That's literally what it is. But I really love just the way that you've broken it down, Dr. Moleko. And I also feel like when we talk about what we want to see post the G20, what is one headline that you think we would love to see as a country where we know that the G20 has done its work, that we were successful in terms of getting our points across and the world has heard us and we're all really working together just to allow for growth in Africa and beyond?
The measure for me is if Africa industrializes and is able to finance its own development using its capital markets, its financial architecture, and it's also able to transfer and translate primary goods using fair trade into value-added goods. Let's see our coffee becoming, our cocoa beans becoming chocolate, our coffee becoming national and international brands. Let's see our lithium becoming batteries, or even our ore and our gold being processed into final goods. And if we are successful, we'll know by seeing factories in our cities. We'll know by seeing a lower level of people migrating outwards and living in shacks or shanty towns across, whether it's from Nairobi, whether it's Tanzania. It doesn't matter which continent, which part of Africa, but the enormity of the pressure on our populations in the peri-urban and the urban areas is because the economic migration to the cities is bent on economic lack of productivity in the outskirts of these cities. So our city planning is under great pressure and it needs to be developed because you can't stop people moving. But let's not move people because of desperation or because of lack of economic opportunity. And I think the last thing I want to say,
very quickly, Doctor,
entrepreneurs are the backbone of all of these. Who are the young people and who are the people that are going to produce these goods? If we are talking about an African Continental Trade Agreement, it's the entrepreneurs that we must develop and finance and back. So we need to have a cadre and a whole host of young people in the different sectors and spheres that we encourage to go into entrepreneurship and make these goods and services and products so that Africa can be great.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Dr. Moleko. We appreciate you. We'll see you at the G20 next time. You need to be there. And this is why, family, we're so glad we get to have conversations like this, because now I feel like we both have a better understanding of what exactly the G20 is all about. And this is why we have to say thank you to Dr. Moleko for translating a complex global conversation into something concrete and grounded. And the G20 may feel far away, but it's decisions that shape the conditions in which our economy grows, as well as the struggles that we have that could possibly be better just by those conversations. We'll keep tracking developments as our leaders gather later this week. But here's to us understanding exactly what is happening around us. For now, though, my Cape Town family, Mother City, what are we doing next right here on our Feel Good Breakfast Show?
What a great conversation.
Oh, I love it. Just the tone of the voice. More,
same
please
thing.
let it wash over me so I can understand more. And I'm saying this on behalf of all the students out there who are hoping that the information is going to wash over them and just stick. Exams
Amen.
in full crunch across Mzansi, and we are with you guys. When the pressure spikes, the right stationery can make all the difference.
It's true.
Is it bad that I'm this excited
No, I'm
about
just as
pens?
excited. I love stationery. Yesterday, I did mention it's my kryptonite. Every single birthday, it was #1 on my list. And we know that with a good pen, you will get 100%. I don't know. I don't make the rules. That's what they said. And that's where Artline steps in as South Africa's trusted marker brand. Now, they've kept study notes sharp, organized, and full of color for generations. So whether you're revising or highlighting, or even mapping out that last-minute mind map, Artline makes exam season just a little bit smoother. Do you use mind maps?
I use Tony Buzan, the originator of mind maps, but before your time.
Don't
My
know
mother
that one.
introduced me to Tony Buzan when I was in matric
Oh.
to try and unlock this crazy brain of mine because she could see conventional methods were maybe falling short.
Yeah.
And that opened the world to me. It changed the game, and I was able to literally double my preliminary marks
Right.
going into my
Your
finals
finals.
because of the ability to draw a visual representation of ideas. Okay, yes, my drawing is terrible, but you need to connect the dots. But I'll tell you, in the last 4 days, I've literally filled an entire whiteboard, like paper board thing,
Yes.
and used about 5 of these
Of
pens.
course,
I've
and
written
run out.
thousands of words. I love it. I don't want that for you.
I love this too. Okay, we're going to mind map our lives away. Graham's got the
Okay.
whiteboard markers. I'm going to go ahead on here and write why Expresso is so fantastic. We'll continue with the clouds and with all the writing. And I got to
Oh, that
remind
looks
you,
so nice.
isn't that cute? Whether you're highlighting hero or a fine liner fanatic, Artline has a tool for every single style. So this one is the Artline Supreme. It's a metallic color. And then I'm going to grab the fine liner 3. It's a calligraphy pen. Oh, that's a lot of pressure.
Wow.
Water-resistant ink base. Okay, I'm going to write Graham Richards.
Oh man, I absolutely love this. It's actually getting me into creative mode. I've got to remember we're actually working at the moment. But remember, if you want to take your studying to the next level, Artline is giving you guys the chance to win, get this, a year's
Wow.
supply of Artline products worth 5,000 Rand. That'll get you there. That's highlighters, that's fine liners, markers, and a whole lot more, like the big chunky pen.
I like
That is
that
my
one.
absolute favorite Koki in the world. Just reply to the competition post on the Expresso social pages and tell us this. Which Artline product could you not live without during exam season, and why? Don't forget that all-important qualifying hashtag, Artline Africa, and take note of this date. Entries close the 27th of November, so not a huge amount of time. There are lots of crazy mind mappers out there in the world. This is going to go
true.
quickly, so please make sure that you tap into this idea. And if you could take one, which would it be?
Which pen?
I like
I'm going
the-
chunky.
Okay, I'm going green because it's good energy,
It is
and
true.
this is my absolute favorite.
The
but I'm-
color of money. Study notes revealed.
Oh, look at that, man. Go into your day feeling proud, feeling brave. I love that. Well, get those notes organized, get your life organized, highlight your way to clarity. And of course, with Artline in our corner, you can let Artline fuel your study superpowers. Go and smash those exams, Mzansi. We are in your corner, and you've got this.
You absolutely do. Okay, we're grabbing our pens, grab yours, and grab a cup of coffee. And then, of course, we'll come back, and then you'll see Bass, Lucian, Graham, Carissa on Expresso.
Oh, look at that. See
We'll
what
see
you
you
did.
Only you can make my day.
Summer's heating up, and so are the prizes with Plascon's Win All Summer Competition. Stand to win the ultimate holiday to the Maldives with 200,000 Rand, plus loads of weekly and monthly prizes. From shopping vouchers, JBL speakers, cash prizes, and unforgettable getaways to either Dubai, Zanzibar, Cape Town, or Vic Falls. To enter, simply spend 1,000 Rand or more on any Plascon product and choose one of 4 easy ways to submit your entry. Competition closes 28 February. T's and C's apply. Win all summer with Plascon.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Hey, Mzazi, now listen up, right? When it comes to Christmas gifting, not every present has to be big. Sometimes it's the little things that bring the biggest smiles.
Oh, and we're smiling super big right now. The Crazy Store has oodles of stocking fillers for young adults and the young at heart. They are quirky, clever, and just plain fun at the end of the day. So to put some of them to the test, we're playing our festive thingamajig challenge, but it comes with a twist.
Oh, yes, it does. So listen, here's how it works, right? Each of us are going to be blindfolded, and we'll have 60 seconds to feel the items and guess what they are. No peeking allowed, Carissa.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. While the others score or keep score on this nifty LCD tablet.
How cool is this?
Also part of the Crazy Store's offering. At the end, we'll crown one of us as the best. I love that.
I absolutely love this. So listen, I'm going to take our LCD screen right now. And
Yes.
how cool is this
I
thing?
love it so
It's like
much.
the chalkboard of the future,
I'm telling
essentially.
you.
Literally, I take my pen, I'm going to write, well, let's go Expresso.
Yes. You might as well write that I'm the winner already, because I know I'm going to take this one.
Score. Okay, Expresso score, and then let's do a little chart like this. We've got Ryle. I can't believe how cool this is. And Carissa. Check my doctor's handwriting.
Nice.
Guys, how cool is that? So I literally just wrote that down. Okay, I know this is going to irritate me, but all I want to do if I wrote a mistake on it or something is push this button over here
Yeah.
and check this. 3, 2, 1. And
God.
clears the entire page.
Now you're gonna have to do it
Voila.
again.
Now I'm going to do it again, though. Okay, so while I'm doing that, let's talk about how we're going to do this game. Anything like you're looking forward to?
I definitely am looking forward to all of it.
Who's going first?
I'll go first.
Oh, it's I'm going to hand you like anything, right?
Anything. Okay, it's going on.
All right, you got 60 seconds, Mzansi. See if you can play along here and figure out what I've handed her.
Which thingamajig?
Okay, that's not obvious. What? I don't even know what this is. Okay, here we go, Chris. In 3,
Yeah.
2, 1, let's go.
Do I have 60 seconds to
Yeah,
guess?
clock's already on.
What?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, what is that?
Can you give me? Okay, it's movable. Can you give me a clue? Is it like? Wait.
It bends.
It bends. Oh, it's got a
It's
face.
got like, yeah, it's got a face.
Okay. Oh, you see, I would have said like a phone holder, but would it be able to hold my phone up?
Ooh.
Maybe like something that you put in between.
It could
a
do that,
bookmark?
but it could do a few other things as well. And I think you turn this thing on.
You turn it on.
That's your big clue.
You turn it. Oh, so like a light.
Yeah.
A reading light.
Yeah. You can. I think you can get it. It kind of is like that. Well done. It's a crazy cool reading light because essentially everything on this little thingamajig man over here
Yeah.
moves, so you can like.
Wait, I should
Yeah, you
look.
can take that off now. How cool is this little man, right?
I like him. Okay, so I like
Yeah.
that. Raul, it's your turn.
Okay. 1 point for Carissa.
And then I've
There we go.
heard from the woman that be that
Yes.
you only get 30 seconds.
Yeah, the pressure's on. All right, I'm here for a challenge. Bring it on.
I already know what I'm going to give you.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. What is it?
I looked at it earlier. I don't even know what it is, so I can't answer you. So I'm going to figure this out. So obviously there's like a foldy silicone thing here. So this
Yes.
covers something.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming this is like a handle. Now I can't figure out if this thing should be used to like stick something together. I'm thinking like a cup holder or
Okay.
like
You're close.
a preserver of a bowl.
Close. It's a preserver of something.
Okay.
A preserver of heat.
Okay. Oh.
So you would put it on top of your mug.
That makes sense. So, wait, you'd put this thing like over.
On
Okay,
your
I get it. So you pop
mugs.
something like this over your mug.
Yeah.
And then it stops the.
The heat from escaping.
Another gift I didn't even know I needed.
And now you do need it. My turn.
Round 2, it is. What is the score? Do I get a point for that?
You get half a point.
Half a point. So it's half one.
Yes.
So let me put my score down. I'm just so caught up on the screen here. All right. Carissa, let's step it up here.
All right.
Boom, boom, boom. And you are going to get this. 3,
Yeah.
2, 1. 30 seconds as well for you.
What?
Yeah.
Raul, you did that on purpose.
You didn't even see this one, eh?
Okay, so it's like steel. Metal, rather.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Is it like, does it cut something? Oh,
It's definitely multi
it's multi.
in its ability. It's
Okay,
multi.
I don't know what it's called, but I know what you're talking about, where it's like it's a ruler,
Yeah.
it's a screwdriver.
Yeah.
It's like a knife, okay, it's not a knife.
Well done. what the official term. Oh, sorry. I don't know what the official tool is, but it's kind of like a multi-tool, and it literally is the coolest tool because this thing can fit in your wallet like a credit card does, and you don't realize how badly you need it. Because what does it do? It's a letter opener, a box opener, a screwdriver, a mobile phone stand. You can insert your credit card into this slot as well if you wanted to. A can opener, screwdriver, a peeler, even a spanner, and you've got different hexagonal sizes here. So if you are trying to unlock like a lock nut or something like that, how crazy? How cool?
Oh, the crazy
Can
store.
I actually maybe have that? Actually,
It
because
depends
I
if
would
you win or
love
not.
that.
So,
Okay,
put
fair
your
enough.
blindfold
Where's
on.
my blindfold? Last
Do I
one
at least
coming
get a
up.
half a point for that?
Yes, you can have it. Well
Thank
done.
you.
Okay.
Okay,
I want a
next
full
one.
point here. Bring it on.
Okay. I'm going to give you this one. Time starts now.
What is this? There's two little thingies here.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, what would this go in? Like, what holes would this go in? I don't know. Maybe this is just like a...
What? Give me some guesses.
I can only imagine it's a blocker or
9,
stopper.
8,
Like it's a
7,
bottle blocker,
6,
stopper,
5. Oh, like
another
for
preserver of something.
liquids?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, like a bottle locker. What do you
You're
call
right.
it? Isn't that?
But what
What is
it's a
this
bottle
thing?
stopper.
What is the...
But I'm trying to think, what bottle is that size?
I was trying to figure out, what is this? There's a reason and an opportunity to get involved in all of these items.
this one.
And there's some special occasions coming up, like birthdays. We got the festive time.
Festive season's
Yeah,
coming up
we got
as
options
well.
in Zanzi.
Can we just announce the winner? I
We
won.
don't have to. We
I
don't have to.
won by half a point. Thank you very much. There,
Well
the tally speaks for
done.
itself. But listen, I love that the Crazy Store just has so many of these little conversation starter items that they're perfect for stocking fillers, for friends, for families, for colleagues at the last minute. Office Secret Santa. And I'm so here for it. It's accessible. It's the fact that it's definitely practical.
Yeah, it is. Now listen, this festive season, you want to make your gifts as fun as they are affordable. And get your hands on the Crazy Store's amazing stocking filler range. Because,
This is where the fun begins.
clearly.
Big or small, we have got it all. Everyone will find something at the Crazy Store. It's no wonder South Africa considers the Crazy Store the crazy fun place to shop.
Oh, a whole lot of fun, but let's focus on a different kind of fun, whether you're hosting a dinner party or maybe you just love a well-set table. Maxwell and Williams have everything that you need. Plus, their daily Black November deals, I'm saying whole of November, Black November deals you don't want to miss out. And in fact, here is exactly what's on offer.
Every day brings something new to the table with Maxwell and Williams. Bold, striking, and unforgettable. The Caviar Silverware collection turns every meal into a statement. Crafted from premium porcelain in a matte black finish, Caviar brings drama, texture, and luxury. Today's deal brings 5 different offers to impress you, with sets starting at 479 Rand to 1,295 Rand. If you love to entertain with confidence, Caviar is moody, modern, and meant to impress. Mzansi, go to maxwellandwilliams.co.za and click on Black November deals. Complete your table and add drama piece by piece with Maxwell and Williams.
Like the sound and see of that. So you can find these and a whole lot more stunning savings at maxwellandwilliams.co.za. Just go and start browsing and have a whole lot of fun. Give your table the festive glow up it and you deserve. So we're going to take the quick stop breaks, then we are getting globally connected. G20 has the world connected to South Africa and Johannesburg right now. So be brave, Mzansi. Go out there and change that economic landscape and make sure that we earn our ticket into the global village. And we do it courtesy of Global Citizens Back, an unbelievably powerful platform that we get to plug into on the other side of this. See you now.
Only you can make my day.
Get ready to spin and win with World Sports Betting. Every Friday morning on Expresso, one lucky viewer will walk away with up to 5,000 Rand in cash. Want in? Simply head to the competition post on Expresso's Facebook, Instagram or X pages and answer the weekly question and include hashtag World Sports Betting. Don't miss your chance to turn your Friday morning into a winning one. T's and C's apply and can be found at expressoshow.com. World Sports Betting, where every spin could be a win.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It's 5 to the weekend and you're exactly where you need to be, all in the name of getting you ready for it, especially when we've got such big things on the horizon as a country. Now, on November the 21st, as world leaders arrive ahead of the G20 Leaders Summit, the Sandton Convention Center will transform into the beating heart of bold ideas and catalytic action. Global Citizen Now is where, in Johannesburg, we will unite heads of state, business visionaries, activists, and artists to supercharge Africa's renewable energy revolution and showcase what true collective action can actually achieve. And I'm so excited because it's all about collaboration and how we can, in fact, move Africa and South Africa forward. And today we're joined by Michael Sheldrick, the Global Citizen co-founder and Chief Policy, Impact and Government Relations Officer, to unpack the urgency and ambition behind Global Citizen Now. Everyone, let's give him a feel-good welcome, please. Welcome, welcome, Michael. How are you?
I'm going well, and I love being back in Johannesburg. I've been here so many times. It's such a beautiful place.
Yeah.
And we're so excited to be bringing the first ever Global Citizen Now to take place on African soil, right here to Johannesburg.
I love the fact that Global Citizen has such a heart for Africa. I think that it's so special, and thank you to you guys, because I think you do such incredible work. But of course, I've kind of touched on what Global Citizen Now is about, but in your own words, Michael, what would you say it really is?
So Global Citizen Now really represents for us this convening of citizens around the world. I mean, we are a movement of 12.5 million citizens campaigning for a world without extreme poverty. And at Global Citizen Now, you will see hundreds of citizens come together with world leaders like President Ramaphosa, President von der Leyen of the European Commission, Prime Minister Storey, together with business leaders, including our presenting partner, Harif General Partners, Octopus Energy, and so many other great partners around the world to progress some of the biggest issues of our time, including how we address infectious diseases, but also how we scale up and provide everyone with energy access. Because we can't end extreme poverty without creating jobs and providing affordable, reliable energy. But it's also in the spirit of pop and policy. We have some great performances, including from South Africa's own Yvonne Chaka Chaka. So it's going to be great, but you must get there early.
I love that. I love that. Yes, because the important conversations are just as important as our Queen Yvonne.
Exactly.
But let's also talk then just about what you mentioned now, which is the scaling up of renewables. Why is that so important, particularly this campaign that you guys are on, especially with you even saying that it really is all about, you know, dealing with unemployment and all of these different ways in which South Africa has a little bit of a plight when it comes to certain things?
So across the continent and in other parts of the world, but right here on the continent, something like 600 million people still lack access to reliable electricity, right? But the opportunity is there because Africa is blessed with some of the best places in the world for solar energy. Something like 60% of the best places on the world to get power from the sun are right here on the continent.
That's incredible.
And if we can scale up renewables, if we can get commitments from businesses, from governments, then not only can we provide reliable energy for the citizens of South Africa and indeed the continent, but we can also create so many jobs. I just came from Cape Town, and I was at this project with Pele Energy. And I met these two incredible young solar technicians, Keanu and Luke, and they told me their ambition. And this is what they said. They said, with their training, they're going to start their own business. They're going to build solar panels on the rooftops of their communities. Then they're going to convince all the big tech companies in the world to invest in the country and build data centers and power it with solar. And then they told me, I said, well, that's a big ambition. They said, we're not done yet. We as South Africans, we're going to go into space, build all the solar panels that's going to bring civilization to the space. So that's the ambition of South Africa's youth. If we invest in this talent, if we invest in this opportunity, and so the Scaling Up Renewables in Africa campaign is about mobilizing pledges to do that. And we hope we will have commitments to provide 10 million households with access to energy.
That is incredible. And I mean, even the fact that you're sharing about how, you know, some of the best solar, renewable, even just, you know, the sources are right here in Africa. I'm just like, I didn't know that. I don't think a lot of us knew that, which is incredible.
I know.
But then let's talk about just like what you were talking about in terms of the investment that we need from the private sector. What role do you see them playing particularly in terms of making the commitments that you're looking for?
So right here in the country, you've got some incredible companies, Pele Energy. You've also got new players like Genesis Energy coming over from the UK. And they're investing to scale up renewables. And what they need is also a trained workforce. It's estimated that you need 500,000 people across the continent if we're to quadruple the amount of renewables on the continent made available over the next 5 years. And that's why we've been calling on businesses to be explicit, but also about what they need. And what they're saying is they need access to capital. And that's why we've been also calling on countries like France, like Germany, like the European Union, to invest in the continent. Because you know what? When we invest in scaling up renewables in Africa, not only are we investing in Africa's youth and creating jobs, but we're also addressing climate change. This is a win-win for everyone.
Come on.
And it happens here. It benefits Africa, but in benefiting Africa and scaling up renewables, we benefit the world.
I love that. And oh man, like I said, you guys are doing such amazing work, Michael, and thank you for it. And I'm so excited to see how it all comes together in terms of the G20 and you guys as well. And also just having the summit here in Johannesburg. I think it's so special. So congratulations to you and the team.
Thank you.
And we can't wait when you come back again.
Of
we'll talk about all the incredible work you've done, particularly with this.
We're here to stay.
Amazing. Oh man, thank you. Zanzi, do you see the great things that are happening? There's so much to look forward to when it comes to South Africa because change doesn't wait. People make it happen. And what a great reminder of what's possible when advocacy meets action. And of course, we always have to thank people like Michael and Global Citizen for just all of the great work that they are doing. Because at the end of the day, it is about what we can do together. And that's why we're so excited about Global Citizen now. Now, my friends, I need you to stick around because we've still got great conversations to have right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. For now, though, it is time for your news headlines with the beautiful Carissa.
So much, Zanele, for really ushering in that wonderful conversation. For now, it's just gone 7 o'clock. Let's get into your national news headlines, where the NSPSA has welcomed a Makhanda High Court judgment overturning earlier restrictions that hampered its inspectors during last year's attempted loading of more than 53,000 animals onto the export vessel AI Masila. Now, the court confirmed that the NSPSA's mandate to investigate and prosecute cruelty cannot function if inspectors are denied visual and documentary evidence, especially during large-scale operations. Now, it ruled that inspectors' authority is inherent in their statutory powers, as well as cannot be replaced or duplicated by regulatory authorities lacking prosecutorial responsibility. In other national news, Justice Minister Mamoloko Kubai has urged law enforcement to ensure the G20 Leaders Summit proceeds safely following a readiness parade at FNB Stadium. Now, she highlighted the successful hosting of more than 120 G20 meetings during South Africa's presidency, noting the secure record achieved so far. Transport Minister Barbara Creecy says the country's points of entry are prepared to welcome world leaders, while agencies caution Gauteng residents to plan travel carefully as major road closures and delays are expected throughout the summit weekend. Taking a look further afield at your international news-making headlines, where Britain has raised concerns after a Russian spy ship, the Yantar, used lasers to disrupt RAF pilots tracking its movements near UK waters. Now, officials say the vessels entered British territory for the second time this year and is being closely monitored by naval and air force units, with updated rules allowing tighter surveillance. Now, the government considers the laser activity deeply dangerous and linked to Russia's Deep Sea Research Directorate, which conducts sensitive reconnaissance. Military options remain prepared should the ship alter course toward critical underwater communication infrastructure. Meanwhile, Madagascar's interim president has presented a 300-kilogram gemstone discovered inside Presidential Palace, describing it as an emerald embedded in its natural matrix. Now, the government said the stone, displayed in Antananarivo, requires expert analysis to determine quality and potential value, stressing that proceeds from any future sale would go to state treasury. With no prior record of similar finds in the country, officials consider the boulder a national asset, though details of its origin remain unclear. Now, the gemstone's rarity has drawn strong interest from collectors. Now, let's close up your 7 o'clock news here with a southern white rhino calf who has arrived at Biopark Valencia in Spain earlier this month, sparking pure joy among caretakers who had waited nearly 500 days for this moment. The tiny bull, belonging to the same subspecies that roams South Africa, trotted into the world after Mum Kwanzaa's long pregnancy, marking the zoo's first birth of its kind in almost 18 years. The arrival boosts the European Endangered Species Program, which protects threatened species for future generations. Dark, wobbly, and wonderfully curious, he'll soon receive a name chosen by the public, adding extra sweetness to the Northern Hemisphere's conservation milestone. And we'll definitely keep that WhatsApp line open so that you can also give your input as to what the name could be. But that is where we leave your 7 o'clock news. Time now for your sport highlights.
Perhaps my smile gives it away. We're going to start with rugby, and thankfully, sanity prevailing for the Springboks as Franco Mostert's red card was rescinded and reduced to a yellow, what probably should have happened in the game. But that, of course, clears him for Saturday's showdown with Ireland, the big one this season. So a disciplinary review found that the initial contact was to the shoulder, as just about everyone who was watching at the time could see, and not to the head, meaning that the Boks played almost 60 minutes with 14 men unnecessarily. This decision obviously very timely, that boost ahead of a high-stakes test in Dublin on Saturday. We could give Rassie his first win in Dublin. That is the gift he deserves, I think. Now, we keep an international focus as we look at cricket, and Devon Conway and Rachin Ravindra blasting rapid half-centuries to steer New Zealand to a 5-wicket win over West Indies in a rain-reduced ODI in Napier, sealing the series 2-0. So, get this, chasing 248 in just 34 overs, the Black Caps, they wobbled late, but Tom Latham and Mitchell Satner, they finished the job with 3 balls to spare to take the series. Now, this is a much bigger story arc, and we love this. For this player especially, Roger Federer will be inducted into the International Tennis Hall of Fame in August of next year. This was announced yesterday. The 20-time Grand Slam champion, who retired in 2022, held the world #1 ranking for a record 237 consecutive weeks. The GOAT indeed. So Federer said the honor is, quote, deeply humbling, and he looks forward to celebrating in Newport next year. Wow, that's a ticket you want to get. Now let's bring it back home for more drama in cricket as the Lions were knocked out of the CSA T20 Challenge after losing a very dramatic super over to the Northwest Dragons. That was despite Evan Jones's record 54 not out, rescuing their chase at the Wanderers. Then in Gqeberha, the Warriors, they crushed Boland by 98 runs, posting 209 for 5, before Aphiwe Mnyanda got 4 for 23, and then Christopher King weighed in with 3 wickets as well, dismissing the visitors for just 111. But we love the fire we are seeing in the local scene. scene. That's where we leave it for now. We'll return to the local and international scene in about an hour or so. Right now, let's track those roads outside your house right now. Zan?
Thank you so much, Graham. And yes, Mzansi, let's check out what's happening on those roads so that you can get through swiftly. Starting off in Johannesburg, South Gauteng, mainline congestion is in effect on the N1 northbound after Golden Highway, resulting in extremely slow-moving traffic. Motorists are encouraged to please divert to alternative routes to save time and avoid blocking over there. Then over in the mother city, Athlone, traffic buildup is underway on the N2 inbound at Jakes Gerwel Drive. Minor delays are being experienced, so do allow for added travel time, please. But wherever you're headed, we always ask you to please make sure that you buckle up and arrive alive. Let's take a look what's happening in your weather. This morning, the South African Weather Service has issued a yellow level 1 warning for severe thunderstorms over the high veld of Mpumalanga, with localized strong winds, damage to infrastructure and settlements, and possible flooding in vulnerable areas. Meanwhile, extremely high fire danger is expected in northwestern Western Cape and extreme western Northern Cape. Residents in Kamiesberg municipality and the West Coast district should prepare for very hot to extremely hot and uncomfortable conditions today and tomorrow, as the combination of heat and dry winds increases fire risk and challenges to daily activities. We'll keep you up to date with anything else that does come through in terms of that. But what is coming through is absolute fire on the WhatsApp line. What do you mean, Serena from Belito? My goodness, this is such a beautiful sunrise view. I am just blown away. I literally want to see myself in the water that you took a picture of, where the sun is reflecting off of it and the clouds also being unpaid actors. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for this blessing. It is absolutely stunning, my gorgeous. And on your side over there in Belito, it is going to be 24 degrees Celsius. But baby, you've taken the heat all the way up with the picture that you sent through. And Mzansi, I always tell you, it is your example of what we're looking for when we say, please show us your sunrise view so we can show the rest of the country, your fellow South Africans. Send it through on the WhatsApp line, 063-036-9649. Right about now, we're going to jump on into your temperatures. Then we get into the rest of your Feel Good Breakfast show.
A warm day in Uppington, but a great day overall because you've joined us right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show, and we want to plug you into something amazing. I feel like these pockets could be filled with something, Graham.
Yeah, I was hoping there were. Well, we are hopefully going to be filling more than the pockets, filling the coffers. It is a big payday today. We can joke about it, but I think all of us can drift and dream a little into this space. So if you play your daily lotto, there is an estimated 450,000 Rand sitting in the jackpot. And then, of course, our new added opportunity to win the Daily Lotto Plus is sitting at 150,000 Rand in estimated jackpot winnings today.
Yeah, I think that could fit about these two pockets. They run deep. They run deep.
I've got the cargoes. I've got extra pockets.
You do. So what are you waiting for? Expresso fan, buy your tickets now in store. Head to the website nationallottery.co.za. Download the mobile app, head to your cell phone banking, or head to your keypad now and dial *120 *7529# for USSD.
Super easy, and we'll keep all those deets on our amazing Expresso social pages while you absorb absorb the amazing content. You can absorb those numbers and then hopefully win big when you play your daily lotto for 450,000 Rand and then daily lotto plus for 150,000 Rand. Good luck.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, wait,
Double
I'll
your
try
payday
and
sounds
sound
nice
more
to me.
authentic when I say that.
Okay, one more time.
Good luck.
Good luck.
No, I'm sorry. I just can't. No, really, good luck. And stick around because we're going to do manly things.
Okay,
After the break.
Manda.
Come on, because it's Men's Week. November, obviously, we focus on men's health.
That's true.
Having those difficult conversations, going to get those necessary checkups because early detection is key. And then 4x4ing is pretty manly, hey?
Oh, can I jump in?
Yeah. Well, I'm not driving. Carl's driving.
Oh, then I'm definitely jumping in. Kyle, let's go.
Oh, you can make my day. I said yes.
Whatever your reason to go, you could get up to 100% off on flights. Book on our banking app. Your story matters.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, Mzansi. Always so good to be with you, especially with all of these incredible conversations that we're having this morning. If you're just joining us, you're just in time, my friend, because if you did not know, when men rise, communities rise with them. And today we stand with APSA as they mark International Men's Week by shining a spotlight on the vital role men and boys play in driving inclusion and meaningful change. Now, joining us today is Thabo Limem, Head of Structured Lending Products, CIB, and Chair of the APSA Men's Forum, to unpack why men are essential contributors to a truly diverse, equitable, and connected society. Everyone, let's give him a feel-good welcome, please. Happy International Men's Day, sir.
Thank you for yesterday.
For yesterday, how are you?
I'm good. By the way, Kidimema, Kasesotho and allies.
Are you
pronounce D,
serious?
FI. But it's okay.
Forgive
Not many people
me.
know. It's
I didn't.
I'll forgive you.
I really thought it was Limem because I am Xhosa. I'm sorry.
We live and we learn.
I thought Thabo was Xhosa. It's okay. But
Don't worry.
Thabo, I'm so glad. You see, you helped me out as a woman. And that's what we're looking for here,
He for
right?
she, he for she.
Do you see?
That's how we roll.
And this is the thing. I mean, I think it was literally 2 days ago where we were talking about, you know, the plight that women have in South Africa at the moment, the very unfortunate place we find ourselves in. But the biggest conversation that we were having here on Expresso was how men play the biggest role in, you know, almost fixing that and even allowing equality to be a part of any conversation when it comes to men and women.
Yeah.
So this is why then I need to ask you, especially with us with dealing with, you know, DEIB, which stands for diversity, equality, as well, equity rather, inclusion and belonging. Why is it that men need to be at the forefront of that?
So as an organization, we have that as one of our key strategic pillars, DEIB. We also have what we call the gender agenda. Now, what often happens is people talk about gender and they think about women.
Yes.
And for the longest time, organizations and society, they've actually done a lot of work for the girl child, you know, bring a girl child to work, women empowerment policies and so forth. So we decided as an organization to say, you know, are we doing this correctly? Do we feel like, because inclusion is one of our values, right?
Yes.
So we had a few conversations and said, let's actually establish a forum because women themselves said we need to have men to be part of the conversations because issues of gender do require collaboration.
Yes.
So the unintended consequences also of focusing on women and girls means what about the boys? What happens to the boy child? Men in the workplace have a lot of stress, they have a lot of pressures. We know that South Africa and many countries have some of the highest suicide rates in the world, men specifically. Men, when they start suicide, they finish it, right? We have a good job at killing ourselves. And the pressure really means that there are mental health issues, there are various things that men deal with that we need to meet them in the workplace with.
Yeah.
So as a workplace forum, we focus on being active allies. So we actually need to support women. That's one of the things that we advocate for as a men's forum. But we also say, let's take care of men, let's take care of ourselves. We can't pour from empty cups.
Yes.
So health and wellness is quite a big thing. We touched on gender-based violence, and in the workplace, we also speak about harassment. So we need to learn and understand that.
Yeah.
And if I see another colleague doing something inappropriate, I actually need to call him out and not be a bystander. So our forum is really about creating a workplace that is inclusive, a workplace that aligns with our employee value proposition, which is come as you are. And we work with our women's forums, and obviously men, women, everybody in between. There's a spectrum forum for our LGBTQ plus colleagues. We work with them too and other stakeholders. So yeah.
That's incredible. I mean, if these are the conversations we're going to be having in Men's Week, it must be Men's Week every week, Kesana, because they're such important conversations.
It's November, right? So we've also occupied the month.
That's also true. That's also true. But I also love the fact that at the heart of it, you know, yes, it's men talking about how you need to look after your mental health, because like you said, it's so important. But I also love that the conversation is about how can you help out women in terms of really just evening the playing field. So then let's talk about that, because you touched on it in terms of allies. Because we know that sectors such as mining, engineering, even the banking sector can sometimes be male-dominated. How can men play their role in terms of being allies?
So I think a lot of this is historic, right? If you can look at a lot of sectors, everything starts at school. You look at STEM subjects, you need to develop the pipeline of talent that will ultimately enter the world of work, right? But I think in the workplace and active allyship, organizations such as ours in the financial sector, about 60% of our workforce is women. But if you look at a leadership level, we don't have a lot of women occupying those spaces. So our challenge is, if you work into any exco meeting, any boardroom, decision-making people that own P&L, it's not okay if it's just men. P&L is profit and loss. It's where you make money for the bank. And we need women to be in those positions, influence decisions that also result in the empowerment of women through financing. So we do that as a bank. But we also provide positive peer pressure to our peers in the financial sector. We celebrate the guys that are doing well, but we also learn from other sectors. You know, mining has really done a lot of work to drive the agenda of including women in mining, because of the nature of the sector is quite, you know, heavy lifting, it's demanding. So it's been a lot of men historically. But with the advancements of technology, robotics, it's now becoming a sector that is really moving on with the times and bringing women into that as well. So we learn and we observe, and then we find ways to constantly improve as a sector, but also as an organization.
I love that. And I think you touched on this earlier on, but you were talking about, you know, the boy child. You know, how does really bringing in the boy child into the conversation genuinely touch on the theme of International Men's Week this year, in terms of it being celebrating men and boys?
Yeah, I just want to reflect. So yesterday we had our town hall at work. Our colleague from Tanzania was saying that they've started a Positive Masculinity Playbook. In this playbook, they will use it to they have these sessions called Boys to Men.
Yes.
Not the singing ones, but the ones where they actually teach young boys how to be men and they're driving positive masculinity.
Yes.
In the Seychelles, they're doing DIY sessions. You know how to fix a light bulb, what is a screwdriver, how to use it. So they're doing that with men, but they're also inviting boys. Especially because you have an issue where boys come from households sometimes that don't have present fathers, or sometimes they're there but they're not there, if you know what I'm saying.
100%.
So really, it's very important for the young boys to have role models that are positive in this day and age.
Yes.
We also want to make sure that, you know, through the work that we do, there's an organization called Prime Stars. What About the Boys? Wonderful movie. If you haven't seen it, I recommend it. We partner with them. We have about 50 ABSA male colleagues who are ABSA mentors. After every movie, we unpack the movie. What have the boys learned? They talk about GBV. Because we've been trained on GBV, a boy asks a question, to next door, someone beats up the wife. What do I need to do? Tutizela care centers are there. This is what you need to do to disrupt the process. You actually give them tips on what they need to do to respond, but also equip them with the information to know who to call, where to go, and seek for help. So we find that this way of working with external organization allows us to approach this issue as a whole of society because we can't deal with it. So the boy child is really close to our hearts. We want to make sure we help raise a nation of good men, and we can't do it alone as banks. So we need partners, government, and everybody involved to help us get there.
Incredible. Well, Tabo, you have done such an incredible job. I think that you guys are just an example, a shining example even, of what so many different companies should be doing. Because at the end of the day, just like you're saying, unfortunately, we live in South Africa where a lot of the time it's single-parent households where it's mostly mom. And there aren't those father figures there. So thank you so much for that. And may you guys continue to grow strong in terms of being the mentors that South Africa needs.
We shall continue to do so.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, Zana.
Oh, man, we appreciate you guys. And this is why, Mzansi, we always get told that ABSA does say your story matters. And that's what they're saying in International Men's Week, that men, your story matters. And also in terms of it mattering, so does that of the woman around you and how you can uplift them. And we thank ABSA for joining us and helping us celebrate men and boys and the role that they play in shaping a better tomorrow and, of course, a more safer future. These are the types of conversations and safe spaces that make all stories feel seen and heard. And this is why we appreciate all the incredible work that ABSA is doing.
Whatever your reason to go, you could get up to 100% off on flights. Book on our banking app. Your story matters.
We love getting out there and exploring our roads, but South African roads demand, let's be honest, more than just good tires. They demand the right ones.
And our boy Kyle hit the trails in change for, or rather in Changa, with Dunlop to get a full hands-on experience with the Grand Trek 85, putting these tires to the ultimate test and pushing its performance through every single challenge. I can't wait to dive in and drive along with him.
I want to go side seats, please.
Doesn't it feel so good to be outside? Oh, my feel-good family. I am with Dunlop in Nchanga today to experience an all-hands experience with the Grand Trek 85, a premium all-terrain tire built for control, confidence, and durability. And of course, your feel-good family is here with the sales team to put that tire through the paces. So come along as I take you on your next adventure. All right, Willie, so what stands out to you the most about how the Grand Trek 85 sort of handles this kind of terrain?
I think in general, it just does an excellent job. Do what it was designed for, gives you the confidence to tackle any obstacle without worrying about the tire. Obviously, the warranty of 100,000 kilometers.
That's incredible. I mean, you have the counter sales team here today, right? Why do you think it's like so important for them to just experience it more than actually just hear about these tires?
You need to experience something to be able to sell it. Otherwise, you talk a lot, but you speak in the air. But once you've driven it and you experience the tire, grip levels, how it performs, how it takes you through obstacle, then you can have the confidence to market the product because you know what you're talking about. You experienced it.
Willie, this is such an incredible experience. I mean, there must be something that stands out to you with this Grand Trek 85 on these kind of terrains. What is that?
I think the thing that stands out the most for me is the last thing you want to worry about going through an obstacle is about the tires.
Yes.
You want to look at the environment, look at your route, plan, drive through, and you know and you have the confidence that the tire will perform and deliver what it's supposed to. So in a sense, you must actually forget about the tire and enjoy the experience. Then the tire's done its job. And with the 85s, You can drive and enjoy your journey and obstacles, 4x4, whatever it is. It's just an amazing tire.
You're an instructor that, whoa, that likes to build a lot of confidence, like the confidence we're going to need to go down here. Why do you believe it's important that we build that confidence? And also, how do the tires kind of support this?
Okay, actually, just to look at the obstacle, as you said, it's quite hectic.
Yeah.
Tackle the obstacle, do what you need to do, and the last worry should be the tires. You must have that confidence in the tire to support what you want to do, and just drive it through and enjoy it. The moment you focus on the tires, if they will be able to do the job, then I think they don't deliver.
Yeah.
If we look at the mileage warranty, I think Dunlop's got this offering itself that actually showcases our confidence in our products, right? So it's not just about the confidence, it's about the quality, and it's about obviously giving our customers and end users peace of mind. So we have the 100,000K mileage warranty on the Grand Trek 85s, which, as you can see, is doing quite well in action today. Driving on it is doing quite well.
If there's anything that I've seen, this Grand Trek 85 is a beast. Why do you believe it's such a standout performance in this 4x4 category?
It's just an all-round tire,
Yeah.
High performer, go wherever you want to go kind of tire. You can go from the highway, onto gravel, onto stone, onto sand, onto off-road like we're doing today, and even through mud as well. So, and that's why it's one of our most comprehensive products. We are also fitted OE on some of world-class vehicles, the most common vehicles known. You know, 4x4 enthusiasts loves these brands of cars and vehicles. It just shows you that if these OEMs has the confidence to put their trust in our brand and our product, it's the same product that we sell to our end users and consumers.
Yeah.
They have the faith in us, so should our consumers.
Yeah.
And that's why our Grand Trek range for me stands out. I've been with the company long enough to know what it's capable of, but today I've seen its true potential and feat of strength. It's just climbing over anything and going over anywhere.
Yeah, what I like the most about it is it kind of like does the job for you.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly my point. So for me, it's kind of like a no-brainer. 100,000K warranty calls the shots.
My feel-good family, listen, after a full day on the track, this Grand Trek 85 proved that it's made for way more than just the road. From Nchanga's terrains to the smooth stretches, this all-premium, all-terrain tire shows you what confidence really looks like. Until next time.
The Grand Trek 85 and Dunlop Motorsport range, made for South African roads and adventures. Dunlop Tires South Africa, taking you beyond.
Oh, I love that. I love it when Carl's just a little bit nervous. He looks so safe on the inside. Obviously, one of the best off-road drivers probably in the business next to him. But then you're going up a wall that's like, what, 89 degrees. It might not be
The
90.
tire wasn't even touching the ground.
But as we always say, we use the analogy where the tire hits the tar, my friends,
That's
or
right.
the lack of tar. From rough gravel to very demanding inclines, clearly, the Grand Trek 85 shows exactly why the right tires change everything on South Africa's toughest, clearly, terrain.
Now, if all-terrain certainty is what you're after, the Grand Trek 85 is built for every single kilometre going ahead. We're very excited for that and looking ahead on the show as well. Many great things still to come, which will plug you in straight after this.
Confidence isn't something you find, it's something you build. Built on trust, on control, on tires that go beyond. The Grand Trek 85 and Dunlop Motorsport range, made for South African roads and adventures. Dunlop Tires South Africa, taking you beyond. Visit www.dunloptires.co.za.
Oh, man, well, we're in danger of just racing out there and driving for the rest of the day across the mountains, so we'll just calm ourselves down. I missed you a lot. I'm missing Ryle a lot as well.
where
And he
is that
is
man?
busy with MDR, My Design Rules, and he's going to give us a little bit of an update shortly. It's looking amazing. I've been plugging into the back end of the show as it kind of expands, and it is incredible.
Oh, my gosh.
Where they are at right now, but of course you get a sneak peek.
Oh, season 2 is definitely bubbling under. And then not only that, we also want to make sure that you are protected, especially when it comes to your money from fraud. It definitely is so prevalent in our daily lives today. And we want to make sure that you feel empowered and have all the right tools to make sure that you are good. Stick around right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to start this conversation
Yeah.
because I've been hit by fraud a couple of times and thankfully have had measures in place to protect myself, but didn't realize just how dangerous it's out there on the streets, on the internet streets as well. Fraud doesn't just empty wallets, it steals peace of mind. It's left me at this anxious baseline. Now, this International Fraud Awareness Week, we are leaning into and learning and gonna kind of hopefully empower us with ABSA in our corner so that we can dig into the real cost of fraud and the stories behind those statistics, the ripple effects that we don't always get to see, and then, of course, some practical ways that we can start educating and safeguarding ourselves.
I think that's really important. We don't want you to be scared. This is not a moral panic. We definitely just want you to be prepared for what lies ahead. So join us as we unpack real case studies and also uncover how awareness can be your strongest line of defense when it comes to any sort of fraud.
Early warning one. So we've got case one. This is quite a cool one to get through. The urgent payment scam. Take a gander at that. A working parent receives a fake SMS claiming that their child needs emergency school payment. They then make the payment in panic because it's our kids, come on, and then later realize that the school never actually sent that message.
Oh my gosh.
So that's not even waiting, and often when something happens online, you're waiting for the fallout, you're waiting for your bank account to let you know that something's gone off. But in this case, immediate loss of funds, feelings of guilt, of embarrassment and shame, and I think that often kind of stands in the way of you going
Doing
there
anything about
and
it.
doing something
Yeah.
about it, which is heartbreaking in itself. And then I can speak personally from the anxiety when you then receive messages. Anything afterwards feels dodgy.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. And now you actually need to approve something in the right way.
Right.
And you're second guessing. And luckily banks, though, have adapted to make sure. But this must happen all the time, every day.
It almost sets you back 25 steps and then you see your cash under your mattress. Let's not do that. Let's make sure that we actually take a step up and get on to case two. Now, the investment promise is what it's all about. This one is about a retiree who's lured into a high return investment scam. We've seen it time and time again via social media. Now, they invest, quote unquote, their retirement savings over months. And then, of course, the fraudster disappears with all of their hard-earned cash. Imagine spending 60 years building up to something and then it's just gone.
I was in a police station registering a moment of fraud myself, and there was an elderly couple next to me trying to explain that exact situation to the police. The couple didn't understand, the officers dealing with it didn't fully understand. It took them into a space that very few of us know anything about. But the panic and the loss for that poor couple, I just wanted to like scoop them up and adopt them as my grandparents and try and do something about it, but it was awful.
Because can you imagine all your savings just completely gone? It puts you in a state of absolute panic, depression even. The strain, imagine, on relationships with your family, because now you're relying on them when it comes to your finances. It really is something we do not want you to experience at all.
Not at all. So just please, always put a gateway for yourself before you react to anything. Speak to your bank and your banker before you engage with any financial vehicle. So let's bring another case study to light here. This is the social engineering phone call. So the fraudster then impersonates a bank employee, which is a lot easier than we think, and uses fear tactics and insider lingo to gain trust. And they've got an algorithm script, an algorithm-driven script that they know works, that they just feed you with the right words and it happens. And then the victim unknowingly then shares sensitive info. And you're probably sharing info right now through your social media platforms that give them enough to approach you and say, oh, okay, are you so-and-so from this area? Fantastic, we've got this, but this is happening now.
We just need this one thing.
We just need you, and it all feels and sounds so
And
normal.
it's happened. I've got multiple phone calls, and you know what happens with me? It's usually women, and so you already have your guards down because you're going, okay, I can, of course, tell this warm, loving voice my entire bank details, my OTPs, it just continues. So please make sure that you don't get into that. If I can fall for this type of thing, then you definitely know that you are also at risk.
And they look good. I know courier services now are a big hit point where you'll get sent an update on a package that's coming to you that looks exactly like the last update you got. Oh no, it's missing a R9 service charge that you need to put on. This is a direct account that happened to me this year, suddenly then $9,000 worth of transaction is being pushed through one of my play, kind of store account type things. And luckily the bank had set barriers in place. They contacted me to ask about these rather dodgy looking. So you've got to speak to your banks and you've got to shore up your cybersecurity.
Yeah, please get educated, get empowered today. Cybersecurity starts with small actions. Spot the signs, stay alert, and of course, share what you know. And here are a few top tips to avoid fraud, courtesy of ABSA. Let's take a look together.
Oh, yes, and that's on being safe from Mzansi. I'm so glad we always get to grow together. You know what I mean? Another way to grow, though, is finding out tips and tricks on how, in fact, you can make your home a little bit better, because you deserve nice things. And if you've been keeping up with the season 2 of My Design Rules, you all know that this year's biggest design show is happening out in Paul Filet Lifestyle Estate and Farm. Recently, our beautiful Raul made his way to the estate for their Phase 2 launch event and hosted in the brand new clubhouse. Ooh, it was so lovely. Phase 2 is a major milestone for the estate, featuring new homes, fresh show units, and upgraded lifestyle offerings that highlight why Papalay Lifestyle Estate and Farm is one of the Wineland's most sought-after communities. Let's take a little bit of a closer look of what exactly went down.
Hey, what's happening, you beautiful people? Now, this evening, we are at the breathtaking Paul Filet Lifestyle Estate and Farm for the exclusive launch of Phase 2. Now, we're going to be celebrating everything from design, lifestyle, and community as the estate continues to set the standard for luxury living in the Winelands. All right, I'm out here with someone absolutely special and very, very important. They call him the Chief Whip. He gets everybody in check. He's making sure that we can celebrate moments like this where beauty comes together in such perfection. All right, CJ, obviously not only a judge, but you are the project manager out at Paul Filet Lifestyle Estate and Farm, and you've seen Phase 2 come together in such a beautiful way. What's been a standout for you, seeing all this progress come together and being so close to making it all happen?
Yeah, well, firstly, being a judge on the show has actually been nice. You know, people, since I stopped playing rugby, people start forgetting about me. And now I walk down the street and go, oh, you're a judge. I'm like, yeah, I'm a judge on My Design Rules, so I love it. But yeah, Phase 2 has been unbelievable. We've obviously have good teams, planning. I know I said it last week in the judging, planning is key. So if you don't plan, you're planning to fail. So we're going well. Civil's in. All the things are in, all the plots are raked. I like it to be raked, you know, so it looks nice, and I'm very excited to have all these people here tonight and to launch this lovely clubhouse. I think this area and this farm and the whole lifestyle needs a lovely building like this where people can get together, enjoy the swimming pool, enjoy each other.
Now, the feeling you get here is really authentic, and I think it's because of some of the elements that have been incorporated into the winelands that we are really resonating with. What for you, out of these elements, stands out?
In development first, it's very tricky to get that perfect flow going, and I think what we've done right here is we've taken into account the farm firstly, to make it a functional farm, and to then flow into that to give the residents and the investors a place where you can be safe. You're on a security estate, you've got your gyms, you've got your swimming pool, and then you've got a sense of family. You know, I said it in episode 1, I think, when I spoke to you. You got the feeling, yeah, I see it after hours. Kids drive on a bicycle or a scooter to a friend's house, to a Oma's house, you know, the grandmother's place. Something we had when we were kids. That's what we wanted to create it, and it's great to see it coming alive.
It's such an amazing place to live here, to walk, and to experience the serene, the silence when you walk on the farm. There's so much space. You can breathe in the mountain air. It's absolutely wonderful. This is the place we need to share. It can't be just used by one farmer. It's absolutely beautiful. And we've been here for the last 10 years trying to make this a place that we can share. We've got a dream, we've got bold vision, but it's coming to life. And we're at the point where we can share it with everybody wanting to buy into this dream.
Oh, it's been really exciting. A lot of stress, a lot of pressure, but I thrive on stress and pressure. And it's just so exciting to see the build go up so quickly. It was a very tight schedule, but you know, that's 25 years of experience. I get to use it now and put the whole package together and you know, put the houses up, get the team involved. We've got a great team. And yeah, I love seeing what the contestants bring to the table every week. They challenge us because they want some weird and wonderful things in such a short time period. But so far we've been delivering, and yeah, it's been so exciting to see.
What an absolutely incredible evening out here at Paul Filet Lifestyle Estate and Farm, and especially witnessing this celebration. We're talking about Phase 2. Now, this is clearly showing us how the estate is shaping the future of living in the winelands. And this clearly is where design, nature, and community all come together.
Oh my goodness, I'm so jealous of Raul. There's so much to look forward to at this beautiful estate. I mean, you just saw the proof. And we even got to hear from some of the TV favorites from My Design Rules Season 2, and we absolutely love it. And if you'd like to see more details on Phase 2, my friend, then head on over to paulfilet.co.za. And don't forget to see even more of the stunning estate. Make sure you tune in every Monday for brand new episodes of My Design Rules at 7 p.m. only on S3. Right about now, I need to quickly just tell you, my Cape Town family, the only way we can continue with the show is if you promise that the next time I'm in Cape Town, you're going to take me to the Paul Filet Lifestyle Estate and Farm. Are you promising?
Go.
Promise.
I'll go one step further. I'm going to go and have a chat about a bond because I like what's brewing there. So I'm going to get in touch with my bank and see what we can organize.
That's okay.
Just maybe. No, if you are, I'm thinking you might be connecting those dots as well. So it has helped to have a good bank in our corner. We were addressing things like fraud, which sits on the negative side of that equation, but we don't want you to stay away from educating yourself because of that dark feeling. So if you're in doubt, please take our advice. Contact ABSA 0860 557 557. Write it down on your hand or visit absa.africa and get a host of very practical safety tips that you can employ right now.
Please protect your money, protect your story, and having this knowledge already gets you ahead. But ABSA wants to double that and give you the chance to win 2,000 Rand in cash. Simply head over to that Expresso social media pages and answer the question to the ABSA post: what is the biggest red flag that tells you a message or even an offer is fraud? Remember to use that hashtag Your Story Matters, and also hashtag We See Your Story in your answer.
And that competition, nice as it is, closes on the 26th of November, so not a huge amount of time, but you can find the T's and C's at expressoshow.com. Good luck and stay safe.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And we, of course, are feeling a lot like Christmas here in studio. And we want to celebrate the wonder of Christmas with gifts that, of course, spark joy and create unforgettable moments for the little ones in particular. Because, yes, we got to focus on the kids. Now, with Woolies, you can make their festive season truly magical with soft cotton sleepwear, playful printed tees, and adorable Woolies baby sleep suits.
And they last. They are so comfortable. You will sleep with them on your cheek like that forever. Absolutely beautiful. And don't forget, of course, to add a sweet treat or two for a surprise they'll absolutely love. I don't know why I have to be next to the naughty elf.
Sorry.
I don't know when
I thought you
we
guys
saw
had good
him.
rapport.
He doesn't look like he's open for business, clearly. Okay, but we haven't seen any signs of naughtiness in our studio just yet.
Not
but
yet.
I'm going to keep my eye on you.
My goodness,
okay?
hide the toilet rolls, please.
Okay, and the only rule is you don't touch him, otherwise his magic goes.
Oh, okay.
So just be careful and you keep an eye.
And
okay?
be nice. I definitely will keep an eye there. But Graham, I did have a question for you.
Yes.
We're speaking about little ones, and I want to know when you were a little one, what was your favorite Christmas present that you received?
I can remember a moment so clearly in my head right now, playing with my He-Man dolls. Or action figures they were called, but my sister, of course, was like the dominant force in the family, and she had Barbie dolls, and of course Barbie dolls were twice the size of He-Man, which used to bother me a
Makes
lot,
sense.
okay? But there was an animated series called Captain Bravestar.
Ooh.
It was an industry-defining and changing thing. It had a lot of cultural underpinning, which I obviously didn't know back then. But it was the hottest toy. It was like a Disney movie. My mom went to, there's that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie where he's got to go and find that toy and goes through this odyssey. That's what my mother, my single mom, working full-time, had to go through to find me. Captain Bravestar, his horse. And when I opened that present and saw that, I feel like crying right now. It's crazy as that sounds, but I only understood much later in life when you've got to pay for a premium toy now, how that would have impacted my mom then to create and make that moment.
Sacrifice?
Come on, man.
Oh, we love you, Mrs. Richards. My goodness.
What was it about Christmas that got you going? Was it the tree? Was it the food? The music? Ba-rum-pum-pum-pum.
It was all of it, and it would start with a fresh coat of paint in the house.
Oh, really?
Every single year, my dad would either paint the outside or paint the inside. So the smell of paint immediately takes me into Christmas.
That's cool.
And then we would make a big deal out of the Christmas carols going and then putting up the tree as a family. And it was my duty to put the star on the top. And then, of course, I would put out cookies and milk and some carrots for the reindeers. It was like an entire ordeal.
And this was back in the day when circuits weren't that advanced. So if one bulb in the Christmas lights was off, the whole thing didn't work.
That's right.
The amount of hours trying,
Screwing
testing each little bulb. No, it's not this one, this one. So bless you, parents from the 90s and early 2000s.
Man, what a time. And I definitely still treasured all the presents that I used to get. I remember the moment we would kind of guess the night before what it could be. And it was undeniable that a bike was waiting for us the next morning, my brother and I. And that's one of the gifts that I'll always
But that's because
remember.
that changes the game.
Everything, everything.
I love that. My mom was also great with stocking fillers, super cheap stuff that we could just delve into. I now understand she did that so we wouldn't wake her up at 6 in the morning. We had something that we could delve into, like a little rubber hand and silly little things, jacks and stuff.
A little yo-yo.
Oh, but that was often the best part. And then we would start and then you would see the reindeer footprints or the cookie crumbs. And God bless you, parents. Thank you so much for putting in the effort for your little ones. We are going to be able to have some fun this Christmas.
Absolutely. And as the festive season does approach, I mean, it's already here. It's a perfect time to add some joy to our little ones' lives. So here are some of our favorite kids gifting from Woolworths that we've got all around us.
Oh, man, so where do we start? So I think as part of Woolworths Good Food Milestones, which we love in and of itself, they do not allow the use of azo dyes and tartrazine in any of their Woolies sweets. So you can use that as your jumping off point. You are safe from that perspective. Then their range of Christmas biscuits are made by the community in the heart of the Boland. And these beautiful crisp biscuits have been skillfully hand-cut and decorated. They are bespoke Christmas biscuits, and they are made with free-range eggs as well.
Of course,
and they are
as you would.
delicious.
I mean, the cherries are definitely my favorite. And then we've got to talk about the striped melamine cup and plates that are crafted from durable, lightweight melamine. And it's perfect for outdoor picnics and also poolside celebrations. Lots of those here in our summertime, featuring a Jolly Santa illustration and classic Christmas-themed stripes. It obviously brings a whole lot of cheer to every single
And it's essential. Kids need this this
Look
sort of
at
stuff.
that.
It's got to be on theme. It's got to be amazing.
So
okay,
cute.
and you've got to have fun, and it's also got to be sturdy and strong. And
That's
melamine
true.
is great from that perspective. You'll learn these things as a parent. And of course, we are making Christmas gifting even easier this year with new hamper boxes. They become a gift in their own right. So how about we each kind of piece some things together,
And
I
put them in.
see if I can work around naughty
touch
elf
the
here,
elf.
and we take it home, hopefully.
100%.
Hey?
All right, so let's
Okay, so what are you
see.
putting in there?
I've got a cookie kit over here with a little stamper to make it adorable, and it's got a Christmas present on it, so that's going in my hamper.
I'm taking everything. I'm
Okay.
taking absolutely everything. Little elf, you can come home with us if you want. I'm not going to push you to it.
It
Absolutely
makes
gorgeous
sound.
socks. No, those are gorgeous.
Aw.
Great gifting idea if you've got a family. Little biscuit tins, going to need one of these. But all I really want, to be honest, I like the sack, and I'm going
Yeah.
to take that without anyone watching, but it's the advent calendars
Oh,
for
isn't that
me.
perfect?
There are clearly levels to the advent calendar game. You rock up with one of these at home, you will be the favorite family member.
It's true.
And I know people say they don't have favorites. You will be the
You will.
favorite.
On the 12th day of Christmas, my Graham gave to me. So good. All right, I've got the cookies in mine, and we want you to go ahead and make gifting magical for babies and kids this festive season. And of course, with Woolies' selection of favorites, it's really easy to do. Go ahead and shop them in store online and, of course, on the app.
And here's another added bonus. We're going to put something in your stocking. We've got a 1,000 Rand Woolies gift card to give away as well. So if you want to enter, you've got to find the competition post on our Expresso Facebook, X or Instagram. You'll see it easily. And then tell us this. What's the most memorable gift you received as a child? And unless it makes you like choke up a little bit, it's not good enough. Don't forget to include hashtag Woolies Christmas, and that competition closes at midnight, Sunday, the 23rd of November. But as always, you can find the T's and C's and a whole lot more at expressoshow.com.
Oh man, this is always so cute when we get to this time of the year, getting to gift our loved ones. But you know what's even better? Getting to know recipes that we can spoil our loved ones with as well. It goes like a nice package deal. And it's been a delicious few weeks of more country fresh desserts to share. And today we celebrate the final chapter of the sweet, sweet journey. Now back in the Expresso kitchen is the lovely Keshri over here, who has brought all the flavor and fun to this campaign. But this morning she's back to recreate our final winning dessert and give us one last country fresh twist, okay? Now, everybody, please let's give her a feel-good welcome.
Hello.
Hello, my gorgeous Keshri. How are you?
Good, and you?
I'm good, thank you. Keshri, are you ready to make another winner?
I am. I'm kind of sad it's the last week. I know.
Me as well. Should we do it, though?
Yes.
Okay.
We have to.
Okay, here we go. I'm so excited. Everyone, our winner this week who gets to win this beautiful, beautiful prize along with getting to have us create their lovely, lovely recipe. It is none other than Avumile Daimani. Yes! I love this, especially because I am so obsessed with pancakes. Thank you, Avumile. We love your work.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, but pancakes and ice cream with strawberries, a winning
Right.
combination.
Exactly.
And don't forget our country fresh vanilla with chocolate sauce. The perfect finishing touch for it.
Is that the one we've chosen for today?
Yes. What I love about it
darling?
is now you don't have to add your sauce in. It comes built in with your chocolate sauce.
I love it.
Yes.
So, okay, so let's jump right into it. What are we doing exactly
so
for
we
our
have
buttermilk
got
pancakes?
our buttermilk pancakes. It's a basic pancake recipe. We'll share all the details for it.
Yes.
So what the key to getting your pancakes right is not over mixing the batter. So we're
Okay.
just going to mix it. We don't want it smooth. It can be a little bit lumpy.
Okay.
And then we are going to pop it in on our heat. Medium to low heat. We don't want to go too fast. So
I
we're just
love
going to pop.
that.
Let's get this thing there.
Get some fire going, baby. Yes.
There we go. And
Love
then we're
it.
just going to pop it on.
Okay. This seems easy enough, but someone needs to make the batter for me. Do you know what I mean?
No, but it's one of those things where you literally throw the ingredients in a bowl, mix.
And fair, it doesn't need to be smooth and stuff. So
Exactly.
it's, okay, I like this. I like recipes that are not high maintenance.
No, this is definitely one of them. And so
Perfect.
I think it's perfect for like Christmas morning. Come down, get these done down so quickly.
Beautiful.
Definitely the perfect breakfast.
I love that. And speaking of perfection, these pancakes, like you said, it goes perfect with our country fresh flavors.
Yes.
You said that for you, you're using the vanilla and the chocolate sauce.
Yes.
What other ones can I incorporate if I don't
You
want
could
that
use
one?
any flavor you like. So I like the blueberry cheesecake. It has to be one of my favorites. You can also use the lemon cream flavored ice cream.
Ooh,
And the
yes.
Neapolitan. You can't go wrong with that.
Oh my goodness.
So many options.
There are so many options. I love that. Okay, where are we going from there?
So here we go. We're just going to leave this on. And we've already got our one done already.
Yes.
So we're just going to pop it on.
Love that. Love that. So how many must I put exactly then?
As many as you want.
Really?
The bigger the stack, the better.
So I can make 10 if I want?
Yeah. So long
I'm
as
gonna
they're
make
able to
10.
balance, make 10.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not?
Yes.
So we've got our pancakes just set up. We're going to add a little bit of coulis. This is just a little bit of berry coulis.
Okay.
So we just
And do we make this or can we just buy it?
You can buy it. I
Okay.
like to make it. All you have to do is pop some strawberries and
Yes.
thing on
Can I
it.
flip this for us?
Yes,
Oh,
you
not
can.
yet.
Let it get
Okay,
a little bit.
I was
Even
gonna
when there's
say-
air bubbles all over the top. Can we
Yes.
flip it?
Okay. I'm learning. I'm learning. However, can I put the strawberries on?
Yes, you can.
Okay,
There we go.
Amazing. See, I helped. I did something. And I can put them anywhere I want.
Yes, you can do some whole ones. You can do some sliced ones.
Oh, no. Maybe not like that. Sorry, so I must just continue placing
Yeah,
them.
and I think there
Okay.
you go.
Okay, this is why I say they mustn't trust me in the kitchen.
And then we are going to add our finishing
country
touch.
fresh. Yes, let's do it.
Yes. So we are using the country fresh vanilla flavored ice cream with chalk sauce.
See, this one I can never get wrong because I'm just scooping and putting.
Get that in.
Yes.
Ah,
This is why.
there we go.
See, I'm good at the ice
Look,
cream
look
part.
at the chalk
It looks
sauce.
so good. Okay,
It
I'm going to
does.
take this part.
Yes.
With the chalk sauce.
Ooh, perfect scoop.
I know. Oh my. I'm so sorry.
Our second rule.
Keshri, this is why they leave you to do this and not me. Okay, but I think I did good.
Yes, you
Look
did.
at that.
Good.
Okay.
That is. Now that
looks
good.
yum.
That looks very, very good.
I want that.
Okay.
Should we do a little bit of a taster?
Of course.
I love it. Okay, this is exactly what anyone needs, I think, when it comes to us and having some deliciousness.
Okay.
Because this looks really, really good. But also, pancakes are always just the perfect way to just get
It
things
is.
going. Yes.
Simple, quick, easy, and delicious.
I love it. Keshri, thank you so much for coming on this journey with us.
It's a pleasure.
You are absolutely amazing. And I think it's been so great to see how you're able to put a country fresh twist to these amazing recipes that have come through.
Ah, thank you.
Yes.
And remember, smooth,
creamy, country fresh. Yes! It is all about the smoothness, it is all about the creaminess, and it's all about how Country Fresh 100% just really gets that going just for you, my friend. And we've been having the most incredible time together. Again, Keshri, you did so amazingly. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's a pleasure. I've loved being here.
It's been amazing. It's been a sweet time indeed. And this is why, Mzansi, with that, we bring our More Country Fresh Desserts to Share journey to a close. And thank you to everyone who shared their flavorful creations over the past few weeks. And a big thank you to Keshri once again for elevating each winning recipe with her signature Country Fresh twist. Until next time, keep creating, keep sharing, and keep it smooth and creamy with Country Fresh. And I think today I showed you that, you know, no matter how bad you are in the kitchen, you can get a Country Fresh recipe right. Right about now, though, as I'm going to dive into these pancakes, my Cape Town family, please take it away with the news.
Smooth, creamy, country fresh.
Anyone for ice cream? Whether it's lunch with the family, birthdays, fries, or just because, there's always more Country Fresh desserts to share. So get sharing, because there's 5,000 Rand plus a Country Fresh hamper up for grabs every Thursday on The Expresso Show. To enter, share your Country Fresh dessert on The Expresso Show or Country Fresh social media pages. T's and C's apply.
Smooth, creamy, country fresh. Oh, you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. With just 2 minutes after 8 o'clock, let's get into that final hour of your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Now we get started with your national news headlines, where the anti-AIDS injection, lenacapavir, has been added to the Department of Health's essential medicines list after being registered with the Medicines Control Board. Now, the long-acting drug requires only 2 doses a year and is considered a breakthrough for both treatment and prevention of HIV. Authorities expect national availability from April next year, positioning the medicine as a significant boost to public health efforts. Now, officials say the addition strengthens South Africa's ability to manage HIV by expanding access to modern, durable and patient-friendly treatment options. In other national news, the NSPCA has welcomed a Makhanda High Court judgment overturning earlier restrictions that hampered its inspectors during last year's attempted loading of more than 53,000 animals onto an export vessel called Al Masila. Now, the court confirmed that the NSPCA's mandate to investigate and prosecute cruelty cannot function if inspectors are denied visual and documentary evidence, especially during large-scale operations. Now, it ruled that inspectors' authority is inherent in their statutory powers and cannot be replaced or duplicated by regulatory authorities lacking prosecutorial responsibility. In your international news making headlines, thousands of young doctors across Tunisia have gone on strike to demand better pay and warn of a collapsing health system, joining wider unrest over deteriorating public services. Now, protesters say outdated equipment, drug shortages and low wages are driving medical professionals abroad, worsening the crisis. Demonstrations in Tunisia formed part of a broader wave of anti-government and environmental protests linked to the country's economic decline. Now, the strike adds pressure on President Kais Saied's administration, already facing increasing walkouts by transport and banking workers in recent months. In other news, Britain has raised concerns after a Russian spy ship, the Yanta, used lasers to disrupt RAF pilots tracking its movements near UK waters. Now, officials say the vessel entered British territory for the second time this year and is being closely monitored by the Naval and Air Force units, with updated rules allowing tighter surveillance. Now, the government considers the laser activity deeply dangerous and linked to Russian deep-sea research directorate, which conducts sensitive reconnaissance. Our military options remain prepared should the ship after course towards critical underwater communication infrastructure. Ending with this story, with global leaders gathering in South Africa for the G20, the country enjoyed another moment in the spotlight last week as the world-renowned Southern African Large Telescope, or SALT for short, quietly turned 20 in Sutherland. Now, the milestone was marked with a warm, spirited ceremony attended by scientists, visitors and community members, celebrating 2 decades of cosmic discoveries as well as local inspiration. Our guests reflected on how this giant Karoo-based telescope has helped unravel distant galaxies, trained young astronomers and boosted regional pride. As South Africa hosts big conversations on the world stage, SALT's birth offered a feel-good reminder that the nation's brilliance reaches far beyond politics, all the way to the stars. Happy birthday once again from your feel-good fam. Here's to another 20 years. That's where we leave your news for this Thursday. Let's get a final sporting update from Gray.
Oh, and also a shout out to Meerkat, punching above its waist class. It sounds like they've received some interesting radio signals from an interstellar traveler. Absolutely amazing stuff. So cool that South Africa is at the center of just about every conversation right now, and thankfully rugby as well. Let's start there with sanity prevailing for the Springboks finally, as Franco Mostert's red card was rescinded and reduced to a yellow, probably what should have happened in the match, clearing him for Saturday's showdown, of course, with Ireland, the big one this year. So disciplinary review found that the initial contact was indeed, as everyone thought, to the shoulder, not the head, meaning that the Boks played almost 60 minutes with 14 men unnecessarily. You can draw your conclusions. The decision offers a very timely boost ahead of a high-stakes test in Dublin on Saturday. In fact, it could be the one place Rassie hasn't won with the Boks yet. So come on, boys. Now let's get into some international cricket, and what a showdown. As Devon Conway and Rashin Ravindra, they boasted a brilliant pairing. They blasted a rapid half-century each to steer New Zealand to a 5-wicket win over the West Indies. That was in a rain-reduced ODI in Napier, and that to seal the series 2-0. So chasing 248 in 34 overs, the Black Caps, they wobbled late, but Tom Latham and Mitchell Satner stepped up to finish the job with 3 balls to spare. Now, this is an amazing story on an incredible arc for this athlete. Roger Federer will be inducted into the International Tennis Hall of Fame in August next year. And the ITHF announced this officially on Wednesday. The 20-time Grand Slam champion who retired in 2022, get this, held the world #1 ranking for a record 237 consecutive weeks. Do the math. Federer said the honor is, quote, deeply humbling and looks forward to celebrating in Newport next year. I'm sure even the greatest sports stars are clamoring for a ticket to be there. Now we get back into some local drama in cricket, and it is firing on all cylinders. The Lions were knocked out of the CSA T20 Challenge after losing a very dramatic super over to the Northwest Dragons. And that was despite Evan Jones's record 54 not out, rescuing their chase at the Wanderers. Then in Gqeberha, the Warriors, they crushed Boland by 98 runs, posting 209 for just 5. That was before Apiwe Mnyanda did the damage, 4 for 23, and Christopher King weighed in with 3 wickets there to dismiss the visitors for just 111, and they march on with dominance. And that's where we leave our sport for this Thursday morning. Let's get one final uptake on the roads and the weather.
Let's take a look. Thank you so much, Graham. First and foremost, starting out in Gauteng, Johannesburg South, there's a stationary vehicle on the N1 southbound, or rather N1 northbound, forgive me, at Golden Highway, causing a left lane closure. Delays are still being experienced as a result of increased traffic volumes, so do plan your route accordingly, please. Then in the Western Cape, Great Karoo, motorists traveling on the N1 are advised of ongoing delays following a truck overturning between Toosrivier and Langburg at around 4 p.m. yesterday. Now, emergency teams remain on scene where a cleanup operation has been underway since yesterday. A stop-and-go system is currently in place. Only light motor vehicles and empty heavy motor vehicles are being allowed through, however. One lane has been reopened, but heavy delays persist in the vicinity. Drivers are urged to please approach the area with caution and also just make sure that you are careful out there on the roads. For now, though, let's take a look what's happening with your weather. This morning, the South African Weather Service has issued a yellow level 1 warning, and this is for severe thunderstorms over the high veld of Mpumalanga with localized strong winds, damage to infrastructure and settlements, and possible flooding in vulnerable areas. Meanwhile, extremely high fire danger is expected in northwestern Western Cape and the extreme western Northern Cape. Residents in Kamiesberg municipality and the West Coast district should prepare for very hot to extremely hot and uncomfortable conditions today and tomorrow, as the combination of heat and dry winds increases fire risk and challenges for daily activities. Please make sure you are cautious, as anything can happen. But for now, we always love it when things do happen on our WhatsApp line, when we ask you for our sunrise view, and 063-036-9649 is the number we always ask you to come through on. And you always just bring us magic Mzansi, but now it's also a little bit of Mzansi from all over the world, because our sunrise view of the hour this morning is courtesy of Ricky from Saudi Arabia, where it's going to be 27 degrees Celsius, Ricky, and this is absolutely stunning. I feel like I've left the country. I feel like I'm there with you, Ricky. Such beautiful scenes, the sun peeking through. Thank you for blessing us with a little bit of a different side this morning, nowhere near our country, but also feeling like home because you're there, Ricky. Thank you so much. And Mzansi, right about now, it is time for us to get into what your temperatures are looking like for the day.
So I'm just thinking there is cloud cover in Uppington today, and it's still 38 degrees. So that one little cloud, you just follow it. You just go under the cloud and you follow it. Sorry to my cameraman for changing our beautiful shot, but just look after yourselves and embrace summer, and maybe you can embrace life on a whole different level today.
Let me plug you into that right now. It could be a big payday waiting for you, and that is when you play Daily Lotto for an estimated 450,000 Rand jackpot, and then the new Daily Lotto Plus for an estimated 150,000 Rand jackpot. It only happens today on this Thursday.
That's
so
two
listen
investments.
up.
Hey, think of the investments you could make. So what are you waiting for? Go and buy your tickets. You can get them in store when they're open. You can do nationallottery.co.za right now online. You can go mobile app route. You can use cell phone banking. Your app will probably have just a simple little drop down, or you can dial *120 *7529# and follow the prompts.
Absolutely. 5 ways to win. Get in touch with that. All those details, you can find them at Expresso Show on our social media pages, and go and check it out. Play Lotto, Daily Lotto that is, for an estimated 450,000 Rand jackpot, and then the new Daily Lotto Plus for an added bonus, an estimated 150,000 Rand jackpot today.
Sure, we'll start passing our hat around. We got you, we got you. Now, we really do have you, and I'm going to speak to a younger generation of musicians and artists. I mentioned how Brenda Fassie had inspired the icons like Boom Shaka, and they defined a new industry. I have a feeling there is a new era of young South African artists, in particular young black women in South Africa, ready to embrace that story arc. But we want to go into that story, so SABC1 is going to take us through a brilliant 4-part documentary on Mabr.
Oh, Vulindlela awaits us, and so does Taryn Opelnell. She's going to come on through to show us some matching sets, especially for our kids.
Cuteness overload.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, listen, Mzansi, I am so glad that you just joined us if you're only joining us now. And if you've been here throughout the show, then you know that we have been waiting for this moment, because this morning we paused to honor a true icon, a force of nature, the queen of Afro-pop whose voice captured the heart of a nation, Brenda Fassie. Her story is one of raw talent, undeniable fire, and a spirit that simply refused to be silenced. And of course, despite the dazzling success, her journey wasn't without its shadows, but it was in her darkest moments that her most powerful anthem was born, the iconic Vulindlela, which is why in a special 4-part documentary series that premiered on SABC1 this past Saturday, we dive deep into the life, the music, and the unstoppable spirit of a legend. And this morning we're joined by yet another legend, the super talented Brenda Ngoli, who portrays old Brenda Fassie in the documentary. And listen, I am so glad that we get to be in the presence of greatness. Everybody, please welcome Brenda! Sky.
Say hi.
Hello, gorgeous. Oh, how are you, my Brenda?
I'm good, thanks, Nkosazana. How are you?
Oh, I'm amazing, thank you, my queen. You are the queen here.
Please look at you, my sister.
From one Brenda to another.
To another Brenda.
To another Brenda.
I couldn't resist the temptation.
That. She's a little junior you.
Yes.
That is beautiful.
I was like, you're junior red.
I love that. And Brenda Wam, I am so excited the fact that you were the person that was chosen for this, because I don't think there could have been anyone else. It's so beautiful to see someone who I think embodies, I think, the spirit of Brenda, genuinely and truly. And I say that because of just your fighting spirit, but also the way that you're unapologetically you, which I love. But this is why then I need to ask you, because I feel like, you know, trying to embody someone who is as complex as a Brenda Fassie, you know, why is it that you feel you were the right person chosen for this, especially in terms of highlighting both sides of her incredible career?
Look, I think certain things First of all, thank you so much for having me
here
and that beautiful intro. And hi, everyone at home. Look, I think certain journeys are destined. I always thought that I would never, you know, want to play Brenda Fassie. I always found that she was too controversial and I was just too shy and I was too small for that. But the universe decided otherwise. And it can only be an honor and a privilege, because I realized through this journey that we actually don't realize how big Brenda Fassie was. I mean, we are known in South Africa, but do they know you in Malawi? Do they know you in Congo? Are you filling up stadiums in
crazy parts of the earth?
Crazy parts of Africa, because I think that's what she was. She was truly an African queen, and she was truly, her voice and her spirit could really reach hearts. We want that captivating soul, and I think that's exactly what she was.
I love that. You know, the kind of soul that gives a banana to the president. You know what I mean?
Jonga, and actually sings
exactly
for the president.
100%.
Yes.
But then how did you prepare for it? And especially in terms of really trying to capture her vulnerabilities, as well as, you know, just the certain parts of her career that were a little bit chaotic. How did you prepare for it?
Look, no drama school. I did spend a couple of years at the University of Cape Town studying drama, and no drama school could have prepared me. You know, even the accolades that I had, you know, 9 times after nominee, you know, 4 times after winner, I just was never prepared. But needless to say, it did take me a whole year of losing weight for the character, because she was a petite lady. So I spent a year losing weight. I was in Johannesburg. I spent a year dance classes, voice, you know, lessons. So it was a journey. Yes, it was like Hollywood.
In my bed. So that's why I'm literally here. Like, what do you mean?
Personal trainers, Dr. Shan. But I was doing drugs and I was doing like everything, the whole 9 yards.
Honey, you literally like lost weight for a role.
What are you talking about? I had like support of all kinds. Look, I think one of the things that we also need to acknowledge is that not all South African productions and production companies are shady. In particular, when it comes to people of color, we do have this reputation that we squander money, we don't pay actors. And I think that we need to stand up and say the South African Broadcasting Corporation, in collaboration with Nzinga Productions, has been groundbreaking. I mean, they have really they've cooked the pots, and yes, they have paid me.
Come on, girl. I love to hear that now. You look like a paid girl, okay? You do, baby. But my Brenda, then you also have to tell me in terms of, you know, I think just really talking about how Brenda Fassie and her legacy just sort of echoes through the rhythms of South Africa's music today. Talk to me about how you see her legacy continuing to influence new artists, particularly in this time, but also even on top of that, how do you hope that the documentary even does that on a different level?
Brenda Fassie's talent to Nokzola, it speaks for itself. It has crossed boundaries, it has crossed demographics. And I think that there's nothing that I can do to promote it. It already promotes itself.
Come on.
But I think one of the things that we can learn...
Yes,
one of the
my sky is having fun over here, yes.
One of the things that we can learn is that the entertainment industry is one that is very complex.
Yeah.
It is one that if you do not let the Lord or God guide you, drugs and money will guide you.
Sure.
And the only way you're going to end up is you're going to be, you know, either in a hotel room, you know, with an overdose, or you will be dead somewhere on a highway.
Yeah.
So I think that's what we need to take. And we need to take the fact that she was a real star.
Yes.
She was actually a talent. Every single song that Brenda Fassie made was a hit. And I don't think that there's any artist who can do that right now.
I love that. And very quickly, in terms of you and this, please tell us, where can we find the documentary? And just in terms of, you know, this beautiful documentary as well, what is one thing that you took away from it?
So many questions. I have to say that your questions are double barreled. you
and you have 30 seconds, Brenda.
You know what I mean? You asked two questions at the same time.
Yes.
What have I taken away from it? Never give up.
Come
You
on.
know, and always be grateful. One of her songs says, I started at the top, I started at the bottom, and now I'm ending right on top. Yaqonda umntu ngumntu ngabantu. That's what I take. And especially particularly on my own personal journey, where South Africa has stood up and was there for me, I'd like to take this moment to say thank you very much. You stood with me, and now I hope that I can deliver with Unokzola. So, SABC 1 at 8 p.m. on Saturdays, that's exactly where you will find Brenda Fassie.
Come on! Oh, Brenda, my friend, the Madonna of the townships. And Brenda, we appreciate you. Congratulations on this brand new venture. I'm so happy for you. And I think, just like I said, you're someone who embodies Brenda Fassie 100% in so many different ways, even outside of just the documentary. So thank you.
Oh, I hope that's a compliment.
It is. Oh, girl, come on. You know, I already told you. Brenda, I told you, Sana is the fighting spirit and the superstar.
Ndiyabulela nkosazana, ndiyabulela nawe kwakho ngomsebenzi wakho omhle owenzayo. Usimele isizwe sakwaXhosa, siyabulela kakhulu.
Amen. Inkosi Thanda Sami. Oh, listen, there is so much to be grateful for when we talk about the legacy of Brenda Fassie and Brenda Ngoli coming and saying, hey, we will not forget what this queen did. So that's why we have to say thank you so much to her for making sure that the spirit of an icon lives on. And it's absolutely amazing to see. And we can't wait to see the next episode. You got to make sure that you do tune in to SABC 1 for the 4-part documentary series on Saturday at 8 p.m. You do not want to miss it. Right about now, my Cape Town family, what's happening on your side?
An explosion of cuteness and colour and print and everything that we want out of summer and for our kids. Bright prints, easy fits, super soft, breathable, comfortable and resilient. Please discover Woolworths' range of coordinating sets. Let me say it again. Coordinating sets, okay, made for playful sunny summer days, matching a whole lot of fun. And our favourite stylist, Taryn Opelnell, is here to unpack the cuteness for our holiday styles.
Yes, good morning.
I'm all about matchy-matchy at the moment.
Same.
For my kids, on
Same.
the boys' side, I absolutely love it. But this is going to be, we can share it in the right way now. We can be sharing our children to the world in their amazing clothing when we step outside into the sun. Okay, where do we jump off? Because this is gorgeous. Can we start with colours, prints, maybe the themes that are entering into our summer?
So in general, we all know that kids' clothes, there's always going to be something playful. There's
Yeah, you need a bit of fun, yeah.
Print, there's going to be a sweet pop of colour. Across the board for boys and girls, there's lots of stripes. On the boys' side, it's all about the outdoors. You're going to go surfing, it's going to be palm trees, a lot of animal life and inspiration. I mean, I've seen dogs on Vespers.
Oh, for
in
sure.
Woolworths.
Yeah, but you must connect with nature and make it
you
cool.
know,
And then you're winning.
Skateboarding crocodiles. But just some examples.
Go
I
for
mean,
it.
here we've got for your younger boys, we've got the cool shark situation. I mean, you know,
And
surf life.
Do you know what I like about this? So, like, my son, he's now moving through that age where he's a little too cool for school. You know what I'm
Alright,
saying? So,
okay,
like,
good luck.
prints and cool pictures, he's not so much. But that's a cool set. And you'll look at that and you'll go, okay, that's
But
pretty
the
cool.
colour's also great.
It's not
with that
just too
hint.
character-driven, it's a beautiful look.
Exactly, exactly. And then, of course, for your babies, you've also got more animal life.
Get out.
How sweet. Little safari vibes. A little squishy toy.
I was going to say, is that like a comforter that
It
comes
is a
with
comforter
the
on
outfit?
the garment. I mean,
Oh,
that's
get out.
very,
Yeah.
very sweet.
That's gorgeous.
And then, of course, I've mentioned your stripes. I mean, it's across the board for boys and girls, but it's all over.
When we talk about investment pieces for grown-ups, this is an investment piece for a little person. When you need a chic outfit,
Totally.
when you've got to go to an event, I think it's really tough because you want your child to feel and look great and everything and match the family motif, but then they've
Yes.
still got to play and be a kid.
I know.
This is the perfect balance.
But this is what I also love about Woolies and what they think about with kids. I mean, it is about that playful element, but it's also about the fabrication. You know, only the best for kids, 100% sustainably sourced cotton.
You'll sleep with it on
pieces.
your cheek. The ladies, we seem to be pushing the boat out a little bit
Yeah,
further.
I mean, you can see the colouring on the rail. It's quite subdued and pastel-like. I mean, that's very sweet. We're talking about, you know, trends with prints and colour, but we can't obviously forget the coordination that we were speaking about.
Well, this is it. Maybe this is a good lead-in now to start combining, and because it's not just one outfit now. It can be transformed into different modalities.
Exactly. So we've got your matching set. So your tee and your shorts, or your shirt and your shorts, and it just makes.
Look at this.
Sorry, my hands are full. There's just so much to see.
That is so cute.
But it is just all about matching sets, making it easier, dressing your kids in the morning, and then that's what I love the most. And it's things like these, where it comes with the t-shirt, it's ready to go, you throw it on and they go. And it's so comfortable. This is one of my favorite fabrications for kids, is cotton muslin. So breathable, so lightweight, soft, and the colors are just so sweet and pretty.
Oh, and when you say breathable, cool is what we mean. It's going to allow your child to stay cool while they are sweating because they are playing so hard.
Because they're playing so
but
much.
super cute, and again, quite chic. And I use that word specifically because I love it when we bring in kind of grown-up stylistic elements, but we funify them so that they can
100%.
look fashionable, feel fashionable, because everyone wants to feel that confidence.
That's making me think of something like this.
Beautiful.
Which is your anglaise fabrication. I mean, there's a lot of embroidery, and then also these really beautiful details, which you'll find in the adult department
It's a bit boho, it's a bit festival, it's a bit cool. I like that.
Yes, we love it.
Oh, and yeah, before we even delve into the accessories, to finish the look, because you can change, and I think we need to see these lived
100%.
in the moment.
If you weren't feeling broody, that's all about to change. Because we have got
Babe,
the
please stop
cutest-
watching right now. You can ask your wives and girlfriends to leave the room. Okay.
Right, okay, let's bring the kiddos out. We've got super sweet little Bubba Kaid. He is wearing his little surf sand matching set in that beautiful cotton muslin fabrication. I can't for the sneakers and the socks. It's so
too much.
cute.
When shoes are made not to be walked in, but just to be seen,
I know.
there's something
just to look
magical
cool.
about that.
But I love the all-over print and obviously those shades of blue. It's just really, really
little Bobby
screaming
socks,
summertime. And then we've got cutie Kiara here in her matching set as well with these oversized blooms.
I'm buying
know
this
you
for
were
my
eyeing
daughter,
this.
and
I
I know
know
you
you
said
were.
she's not allowed it. I'm going to have to go and get her her own one. Absolutely.
I know Kiara was
beautiful.
like, it's mine, you can't have it.
Understandably.
And how cute is the bag? I mean, paired with a sandal. It's just, it's so
That
sweet.
is great.
So
Absolutely love. You look beautiful as well.
Yes,
Beautiful
Dad.
as well. No, I love this because the whole family can get involved, get stuck in, and have some fun.
Good.
But be relaxed about it.
Yes.
You can get dressed up for Sunday lunch, and then you can just play afterwards.
That's what
I love
summertime's
that.
all about, right?
Oh, guys, thank you so much. You look absolutely gorgeous. I think it's going on my little bucket list. Absolutely
good,
now.
good.
Oh, thank you so much, guys. You can go and have your picnic or go and sail the
Thank you,
yacht, whatever you are
Kiara.
going to be doing. Absolutely beautiful. And then, of course, when we talk about coordination, this is where the magic happens.
Yes, it's bringing it all together. I mean, we looked at Kiara's cute bag, but oh my God, the straw little bag, little beach vibes going on there. I love these little sweet Velcro sneakers. I mean, so small, but just the detail on this and the prints, it's really sweet. You can obviously see the sorbet coloring coming through in your headgear. Little pea cap.
No, I'm sorry. The cap.
Little local.
The size of that
sweet.
cap is just beyond my brain.
I know. And then, of course, the animals coming through in footwear as well. So it's really, there's just so much. I mean, the sunglasses, how sweet are these?
Oh, these are absolutely gorgeous. So as you put together your little capsule, I suppose, for your child, which you now can actually do. I love the fact that we are going bold, we are going bright, but we're also softening things and connecting to nature. We are earthing ourselves
I love that.
through this process.
Exactly.
Absolutely beautiful. Well, made to match. Clearly, you can keep the little ones cool, comfy, and irresistibly cute this holiday season with matching on a whole different level. We've got amazing sets ready at Woolworths. You can shop these beautiful looks, the combinations of in-store, online, or on the amazing app. We'll see you now.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, your beauties. So, while the show is always about you, and that's the most important part and what we are so absolutely grateful for, it does also afford us some wonderful moments because we love our team. We are so proud of the work
That's
that goes
true.
into all of the products in this production house, and kind of one of those moments has arrived for us.
It really has. This weekend, it really all goes down at the National Film and Television Awards. And in the world of reality television, few shows capture the spirit of competition and the allure of paradise, quite like Tropica Island of Treasure. Now, it has taken us from the white sands of Mauritius to the exotic backdrop of Zanzibar, pitting celebrities against everyday South Africans in a thrilling quest for fame, fortune, and of course, a cool share of 1 million rand.
Oh man, a consistent fan favorite. It is a massive property and award-winning property and series as well. This show has kept us on the edge of our seats with its jaw-dropping challenges, unexpected twists. It seems to ramp up every year, and of course, a key ingredient to that magic, hosted by our very own Zanele Potelwa, who is a superstar, and she's just gotten started. She is once again nominated for Best Competition Show at this year's NFTAs. We call them the NAFTAs.
Congratulations, Zanele, and to the entire Tropica fam. How does this make you feel? I mean, do you feel accomplished?
Thank you so much, my family. I am actually like very much in disbelief. I think that when I saw it under Best Competition Show, I was like, are you serious? Because obviously it was my first time, you know, joining the Tropica family. So it really was a nerve-wracking experience. But I have to say, it was the team that made me feel so comfortable, and more than anything else, they genuinely just supported me and allowed me to really settle into being the new host. So that was amazing. But also on top of it, it was just all of the really great contestants that we had. I think that they gave us such a great season, and yeah, I think I'm still a little bit in disbelief, but I'm grateful more than anything else.
Well, I mean, we are not in disbelief because we know you, girl. We've grown up with you. I think you and I share the same story arc for much of our career, which is amazing. If you could put your finger on it, what is it about the show? Because you've had to plug into it and just be amazing from the get-go, to dive right in, to coin the phrase.
Yeah.
But there is something, a magical element behind the scenes. Maybe for me, it's that combination of real life, normal people and crazy celebrity status. But for you, what is that success factor?
So for me, Graham, you literally took the words out of my mouth. It's real life. It's literally where Tropica says, guys, come through to the island, this is the prize, and then essentially you get to see your favorite personalities literally become almost, I want to say different people, and not in the worst way, because it's a competition at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
So you almost get to see the most competitive side of them, but it really is just ramped up because it's us just being on that island, and the only focus that they have is to get that crazy amount of money. And then also the beautiful dynamic that's brought in by the smooth fans, because I mean, why did they enter? They want the treasure, sana. So I think it's really just about the competition itself, allowing just different sides of people to come out. I mean, we even saw the way in which, you know, so many of the contestants grew from episode 1 all the way until the end. I think it's just such a beautiful journey of becoming, even whether you are someone who is going to get all the way to the end and win that treasure, or it's that, you know, you kind of just get to a certain point. It's really just a journey of becoming, I think.
And remember, they also then become, even if you don't win, they become social media superstars. And for me, what I love is it's so much money that even the celebs are like, I'm going to go get my bag.
Absolutely.
And I think the whole thing came to bear when JR used his winnings to record an album, one of his most successful properties. And I was like, that's what the show is about.
Yeah.
But you are amazing in the job. Congratulations on every nod. This is probably like the 50th nomination we've had to thank you and show appreciation. But you deserve everyone, girl. You are top tier, and we love you for it. Thank you, hun.
Thank you, my friends. I love you guys so much. And just again, a huge shout out to the entire team, from the crew to the contestants to the bosses to everyone involved. It literally is something that can't happen without each and every one of the small pieces that we all are in the big puzzle. So thank you to everybody. And thank you so much, guys. I love you.
Oh,
we love you, girl.
too, Zanele. And listen, Expresso fam, yes, we love you too. Please help us bring this one home by heading onto the website. It is nationalfilmacademy.com. You've got to register yourself and then vote for Tropica Island of Treasure under the Best Competition category.
There are also a few other awards that you could vote for on that platform, so do some searching. Some very special people need their recognition, please. Now, for 4 decades, Build It has stood shoulder to shoulder with South Africans and those tradesmen backing our dreams, powering our projects and championing every bold yes you can moment across Mzansi.
I love that, because if there's one thing that we do best, it's definitely build homes, businesses, communities, and of course, futures.
So, who is the one person in your life who will always remind you that, yes, you can? Because we want those people in our corner, hey?
I think for you, it's your mom.
She laid that as the
foundation,
but not by what she told me, by what she kept proving in her own life. I never saw her fail at anything, because she just kept going until she achieved it. Simple as that. So that's my modality, yeah?
My person is my man, and I married him for that reason, because he is the champion in my life that will keep pushing. And when I feel bummed, I feel down, he's like, yes, you can. Keep going. Keep believing in yourself.
Yes, you can, we can, and hopefully you guys are feeling that at home. So let's plug into the social streets. Chat to Teresa Southgate. You said it is your daughter Nicole Withers, always the one to tell me that no matter what my age, I can do anything I put my mind to. I sometimes doubt my abilities, and she's always cheering me on with a can-do attitude, and always encouraging me to do short courses to keep my mind active.
Beautiful.
I love you, Nicole. You're a gem.
Lifelong learner. I'm here for it, Teresa. Let's see what else we have. Marty Nell, my sister Chantal Klein-Hans, she's been diagnosed with heart failure a few months ago, and she's been so amazing, pushing through daily life and continuing living and, of course, surviving, probably thriving too. She's been through the most this past few months, but every morning she still gets up, puts a smile on her face and goes to work, even though doctors suggested that she should stop working. While Marty Nell, your sister Chantal, is a hero, a shero, an incredible human being.
Purpose, purpose, purpose. To mark this massive 40-year milestone, living their purpose, Build It is now turning the spotlight back to you. Unfortunately, not us. We can't win. And they are doing this in quite a dramatic way, giving you the opportunity to drive home in one of 14 brand new Hyundai Grand i10s. And it is so easy to do. In fact, this is how you enter.
Absolutely. Let me give you the details right now. Just spend 500 Rand or more at any participating Build It store. Scan the QR code in-store to enter via WhatsApp, or use the USSD code. Now, for more details, head over to buildit.co.za, or even head to the socials at BuildItSA on Facebook and at BuildIt_Yes We Can on Instagram. Because when it comes to building your dreams, yes, you can.
You can. That competition closing 31st of December, but you can check out the T's and C's that apply. We'll see you now.
Why better? Better is harder. It takes more effort. Better is what you leave behind.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your multi-nominated Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's so good to have you here. And speaking about nominations, we want to plug you into the 5 that we've been nominated for.
So proud of this team. You know, I've come back from an international trip now, and I can see where we fit into things. We work with the absolute best and have the best viewers. So the show's been nominated. Individuals in the show have been nominated.
Multiple individuals, that is.
And she's been in TV for all of 5 minutes, man, but
Literally.
she deserves it. So please, go and check out how you can vote and support the Expresso fam, because you're part of it. The Expresso Morning Show is waking up to some incredible news. We have been nominated in 5 categories at the 3rd Annual National Film and Television Awards South Africa.
This year, we are proud to celebrate Graham Riches for both Best TV Personality and Best TV Presenter.
Then Carissa Capito for Best Female TV Personality. And of course, the Culinary Hotline Expresso for Best Entertainment Show.
And to top it all off, Expresso Show for Best Current News Program.
Oh, so the awards take place on Saturday, the 22nd of November 2025 at the incredible South African State Theatre in Pretoria. And now it's time for you to help us bring it home.
Please, public voting is open from the 13th of October until the 20th of November at midday.
So visit nationalfilmacademy.com, register, and then cast your votes for Expresso Morning Show and your favorite presenters.
Don't forget to catch us weekdays from 6 to 9 a.m. on S3.
See, this is exactly what Graham was saying. It's all about us together because you're part of this Expresso family. So please do the right thing and vote. However, music lovers all around Mzansi, the countdown is officially on. Next week, Saturday, November the 29th, Huddle Park in Linksfield is the place to be for the most anticipated musical extravaganza of the year, honey. Oskido's Big Day Out 2025. Now, this isn't just a festival, my friend. It's a celebration of 3 decades of South African music history, uniting generations on one massive stage. Honestly and truly, it's so exciting, and I cannot wait for you to be there. And if you need convincing of why, this is why we brought the legend himself into the studio today. It is none other than Oskido, and joining him, it's a rising vocalist in the Amapiano scene, a young king called Mr. Maker. Everybody! Kings, my kings, Niraiti.
That's grand.
It's good. I'm good, thank you. Guys, I'm so excited for the big day out.
Yes.
And of course, Oskido, it was your first one last year. And
Yes.
everybody was talking about how amazing it was. Even the crew, they were there and they were within. I need to know, when it comes to last year versus this year, what are you doing differently? What have you learned from that first one?
Well, it's a continuation of what we started, because remember, the festival is about telling a story of South African dance music. So therefore we keep evolving. As you can see, this year we've got TKZ, we've got Dabo Zola, we've got guys like DJ Kent, you know, we've brought back Revolution. And also, I mean, for the young ones, we've got Ukabza, you know, really showing his skills, you know, on the turntables, playing finals. So it's going to be awesome.
I love
29, and it's also my birthday.
Yes, it is. And I love the fact that we all get to come and celebrate you, Oskido, because we always need to give you your flowers for everything you've done for South African music, which is why I think it's so correct when you say it's more than just a music festival. It's more of a cultural statement. You know, what makes you say that particularly about the Big Day Out?
Well, I think that we always forget where we come from when it comes to the things which we do. And I mean, the way things move so fast. And I mean, if you can check the way we've curated also this year, is that we also celebrating the decade of Oskido Church Grooves, which was a 10-year compilation of dance music together with the DJ Fresh House flavor. You know, those years, they really defined what dance music was in South Africa. So therefore, you know, a lot happened, you know, within that era. So it's a matter of us coming in to say, let's celebrate and to where we are as a country when it comes to dance music.
100%. And I think that, just like you're saying, you know, those are the foundations of where we find ourselves, which is so amazing. But Mr. Maker, now, you're laying another foundation for the future. And of course, even collaborating with the likes of an Oskido. Talk to us about Hlonipa, my brother. You know, how did the collaboration come about between you guys, as well as the musical chef? And what exactly is it that made the song so special?
Basically, you know, the way when I met Hot Money,
It was because he saw me performing at the Red Bull Symphonic.
Okay.
And then we made a song. It went to the next gen album that he released. And then that's when we spoke, and then we made a collaboration. We made Shonipa. It was our first song in the studio together with the musical chef.
Yes.
So it was,
So you called him?
Yeah,
How it
well,
works.
I think I've been observing, because I always check out talent. And I think he's one of the underrated dopest vocalists, a songwriter in the country, And then from there, I like the way he does his things. So therefore, I mean, we both said, let's align ourselves. He came to me, he says, Grootman, can I do... are you able for us? Can we do an EP together?
Yes.
So no, let me understand where you are. And then musical chef came through, Shay 907, who's also part of the production of this track.
Yes.
And this is what this track came about. We've got two versions. We've got this version, which is going to perform now. We've got another version, which is more three-step kind of, which I did with XYs, which is the same track. So
Amazing.
It's a young man who I think people must look out for. What a talent.
I love that. Mr. Maker, aka Mr. Make Things Happen.
Yeah, makes things happen.
I love that.
Umuntu
Exactly. We're going to get to see firsthand, actually. But Mr. Maker, then I now hear you saying, let's work on an EP.
Yes.
Is there an EP coming, gentlemen?
Yeah, well, we're putting things together. There are songs which are already been done, but now things that now he has to drop his solo album. So we're sorting out some things in the background. So I think we're getting there.
Love that.
Yeah. So we are getting there, but people must look out for that. He will be dropping that soon as well.
We will be looking out. Thank you very much. It sounds like it's going to be a great 2026. But first, let's get to Oskido's Big Day Out 2025. Oskido, what do we need to know? Where can we get tickets and what can we just expect?
Tickets are available. We've only got limited tickets, guys. We are 90% sold out on the festival.
Yes.
So therefore, if you don't get your tickets now, you won't be able to make it. The festival, it's on the 29th at Paddle Park, Linksfield. It's starting from 12 midday till 10 p.m. Please make sure that you get your tickets now.
Yes.
And everyone is welcome to come. It's more of a family day. To come in, let's enjoy music, let's party.
Come on, let's party. The king has spoken. Gentlemen, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for everything you're both doing in your own right. And here's to the big day out being the biggest day out.
Definitely.
Thank you. Zanzi, it is Oskido and Mr. Maker joining us to remind you that you need to get your tickets for Oskido's Big Day Out 2025. Because remember, we're not just celebrating this cultural statement that the Big Day Out is all about, but also Oskido's birthday. Web Tickets is where you can get your tickets, and you're getting a little bit of a taste of what you can expect then, because Mr. Maker is about to make things happen right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Right about now, while he gets ready, Cape Teasy Po Sheezy, what's up, my family?
Well, if you're feeling bloated or even struggling with heartburn, nausea, or even vomiting, these could be signs of a peptic ulcer. That's where our Sonic comes in. Now, Sonic doesn't just relieve symptoms, it coats your stomach lining with a protective film to allow healing. Now, you got to choose the dosage form that works best for you, suspension, tablets, or even effervescent tablets, and start feeling better today. Head to our Sonic Facebook page and you could stand the chance to win one of 10 1,000 Rand cash send vouchers. T's and C's apply.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
I'm going to say it, a big payday is there. It's waiting, so go and get it. Go and grab it if you play your daily lotto today. There is an estimated 450,000 Rand estimated in that jackpot, but they are never wrong. And then the new daily lotto plus, your second chance to win is 150,000 Rand in that jackpot.
I'll take
estimated.
it. I'll
Come
take it twice over. So what are you waiting for, Expresso fam? Buy your tickets now in store. There's nationallottery.co.za. There is the mobile app, cell phone banking, or simply dial these numbers: *120 *7529 and then press hash for your USSD.
You might even find a video of us saying this on our social media platforms, reminding you again, and we'll do it all day. But please head over there if you do need a reminder. That's the Expresso socials. And then just go and play. Please play your daily lotto for 450,000 Rand estimated today. And then your second chance to win 150,000 Rand in our daily lotto plus. Good luck.
Oh, man. Listen, we are winning all the way around on this Thursday. All I'm saying is that the weekend is now open. It is up, and that's because Oskido said so.
Oh, come on, baby. Yes, he did. Mr. Maker's in the building, and he is about to perform their song together, Hlonipa, with Shane 907, the musical chef, and Oskido. Everybody make it up for Mr. Maker.
Sanboni Makaya, my name is Mr. Maker. A song.
Hlonipa omunye umuntu, hlonipa omunye umuntu, hlonipa omunye umuntu. Awazi inhlanhla yakho lapho iphuma khona, indlela owenza ngayo angifrustane. Kanti vele why ungenza kanje? Ungamtenda umuntu mbuka, ubafuna ulwazi bese unyathela kancane. Umuntu uyahlonishwa skimi. Umuntu uyahlonishwa skimi. Ungamtenda umuntu mbuka, ubafuna ulwazi bese unyathela kancane. Umuntu uyahlonishwa skimi. Umuntu uyahlonishwa skimi. Usungibona ngimaniki ngizule emakhaya, ngoba ke ngeza ngicela umsebenzi ngithatha kancane. Usungibona ngimaniki ngizule emakhaya, ngoba ke ngeza ngicela ngakini ungibheke lapha. Usungibona ngimaniki ngizule emakhaya, ngoba ke ngeza ngicela umsebenzi ngithatha kancane. Usungibona ngimaniki ngizule emakhaya, ngoba ke ngeza ngicela ngakini ungibheke lapha. Umuntu uyahlonishwa skimi. Umuntu uyahlonishwa skimi. Ungamtenda umuntu mbuka, ubafuna ulwazi bese unyathela kancane. Umuntu uyahlonishwa skimi. Umuntu uyahlonishwa.
production.